I suck at intros, but welcome to episode 3 of Personality Picks, where you get to meet and get to know your favorite Twitter personalities. And what better way to kick off episode 3 than with the one and only? I'm just gonna let the man introduce himself, Mr. Lou Betcha. Or as I'm gonna say, Nacho. We got Nacho in the house.
I see Clint McLean in the chat. He lusts, his eyes lust for Miss Elizabeth. Yeah, I can't handle that. Yeah. If any of you girls watching the chat, you want my phone number? That's cool. My phone number's on the back of my license plate. What's up, my brother? How you doing, dude?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good. I'm doing great. I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna take myself off cam and put my hat on. I mean, dude, I'm saying like my hair is out of control, dude. My hair is out of control, dude.
You just need to spike it up into a mohawk.
Well, dude, I'm saying like I'm not saying like I have a lot of hair, but like my hair has been getting out of control. I'm like I'm kind of growing it out. Like, yo, Uncle Weezy, I'm gonna take your gimmick, motherfucker. Like I'm gonna be a long hair motherfucker in the company.
That's too funny. How have you been feeling? That's the first thing I want to ask you because I know you had a couple procedures over the past couple
That's
weeks.
all right. You can talk about it, dude.
I want to make sure you're doing good, you're feeling good because you've been back in the Twitters and to say the least, at least for myself, we missed you.
No, I'm good, dude. I appreciate that. I'm look, man, it's funny. I went through years and years of my life like never even spraying toe, and then like get older and like weird shit happens. But no, my energy levels are good. Like I'm back to normal, and like I attack I get into gambling, like, and I attack the cards, and it's not just like I attack them from like but I'm like you, dude. I'm doing different sports. I'm not just like MMA. Like like you do soccer and I tell you to back the fuck off. Like, no, but I fuck with you. But you're doing a lot of baseball. Like I focus heavily. Like soccer is almost like I probably bet soccer more than I bet MMA. And then like now we got NFL, we got college, and so like I like the privacy, I like the research, but like yeah, dude, the energy's back. Like I'm, too much heart.
Yeah, Robot Lou in full effect. That's your Twitter
Cyborg,
handle.
cy-
That should be it.
cyborg Lou.
Cyborg Lou. I don't know if you want to get knocked out though, like a real cyborg.
Well, I wish I had her. I wish I had the asparagus she was taking.
I mean, that would have helped with the recovery process, that's for sure.
I guess I eat a lot of asparagus. My girlfriend hates the fact that I eat asparagus, but not for the health reasons.
Wait, then why?
You ever been in the bathroom after somebody eats asparagus, dude? It's like that fucking asparagus piss. No? Do you live with
No.
people? Do you live with anybody?
Yeah, it's me, my 2 brothers, and my roommate.
And none of them eat asparagus?
We all do, but it's not like on a regular basis, and we're not chasing each other after after the restroom.
Dude, that asparagus piss, man. Like, dude, seriously? Like, is this a joke? Like, you pee after, like, you ate asparagus? Like, it's like, oh, fuck. It's like vile. It's like vile, dude.
It's that bad?
Really?
I swear.
Dude, what kind of, like, weird Lebanese genes do you have, man? Like, in America, when you
This
eat
is how we do it.
in America, when you eat asparagus, ain't nobody wants to go to the bathroom after you. It's like, oh fuck, there's that like fucking asparagus, dude. Somebody
See,
watch this
I know
video.
the Taco Bell, no one wants to go to the bathroom after you eat some Taco Bell.
Yeah, but that's out of the butt. I'm talking about by the penis. Look, somebody drop a comment in this chat about the asparagus piss. My boy Wiz, my friend. How do you not know? Like, dude, asparagus
I'm
piss
glad I
is
don't know it.
asparagus piss is like the fucking worst. By the way, I'm glad we're starting the show off. We're coming in hot.
We're going right for it. Yeah, no, I'm glad I don't know how that smells like. I'm glad I don't. I mean, I don't want to find out at all. So I'm gonna leave that to you.
I'm coming to your apartment.
Nope.
I'm eating asparagus. Yeah, too
Nope.
late. I'm eating asparagus. What are you gonna do? I'm like master of the internet. Coming. There you go. There you go. Exactly. It's
All
dude,
right, it's no longer a myth.
maybe you and your brothers just have some kind of like fucking guard, some like dick guard where you can eat that shit and it's like, nope. I don't know, man. But I know how the rest of the world is.
You know what? I'm just gonna keep it this way. I
Maybe
don't
you just
want to
maybe if
find
you hit
out.
so many maybe if you hit so many Nerfies, like the pee is just clean, dude. I
That
don't know,
might be
man.
it. All
Maybe
the
you're
sweat,
purified. Maybe you're just purified.
the sweat from the Nerfy, it purifies it
And
on its
maybe that's what
own.
it is. They're just like, yep, it's a clear. It's clear at that point, dude. No nutrients, no toxins. It's like, it's just the stress. The stress of sweating 6 ounce, dude. I get it.
I mean, also the only time I eat asparagus is with steak, so that's probably
Well, I mean,
the main
that's the only
reason.
time you should eat it, but you know.
Oh, I mean, Pat has it. I have to pass these USADA tests, so I I can't piss. That's too funny.
All right, enough about pee. I'm sorry.
It's fine. So, Lou, how'd you get started with this whole Twitter thing? Did you, I mean, was it the start of the company that started your Twitter page, or was it vice versa? How did this all form? Because you've
Well,
been in the mix with a bunch of people, and I know you're really close with Brady, Wheezy, Monk, and all the other guys that we all know in the community. So, I mean, how'd you get started?
yeah. So, I mean, this is kind of a sad start to it, but uh, 2 weeks and a year ago, my cat Lulu passed away, and it's very not good.
Pour one out for
And
Lulu.
yeah, she was amazing. And my girlfriend was not like, I mean, Lulu was not well. My girlfriend was not here. She was, and she had a prearranged thing. Like, this wasn't like, there's nothing on her. She wasn't here. And the day after she left, Lulu passed away in my like fucking arms, and it was not great. And so there were not great thoughts in my head for that night. And then the next night was not any better, but Wheezy was doing his excuse me. Wheezy was doing his like his Tuesday show, uh balls deep breakdowns. And I didn't really know Wheezy. I just but I sent a message to him like, hey man, can you give me like just a I'm kind of a bad spot. Just say like, and then Wheezy, like his dog Bootsy, like Wheezy's a pet owner, which I didn't really know Wheezy that well. And Wheezy had said something on air, and he spent like 10 minutes of his life kind of just talking about it and being like, I hope you're all right, Lou. Like, and like I was alone because again, my girlfriend was gone and she had said, I'll come home right now. And I'm like, nah, just enjoy your, and she cut her vacation short, but like it was tough sledding. So anyway, a couple months later, Wheezy had asked me, he's like, hey, you're an IT guy. Can you figure out a way to make me not have to do all this manual work every week? And I said, sure, and I'll do it for free because I remembered the kindness he had shown me. And that means a lot. That's big for me.
Oh yeah.
And so then I got COVID in December, and I was already in the middle of Wheezy's project. Didn't slow me down from him, but I hated my job, and they were assholes to me. And like, I'm a career IT guy for fucking over 20 years. Like, I've made money in these jobs, and like, it's like, and I started talking to Wheezy. I'm like, how about we just like spin this into a company? And that's kind of like how this started. He's like, let's fucking go, dude. My brother. And I said, well, we need Brady on board. He's your boy. And like, we got Brady on board. And then they were doing shows with Monk. And I like harassed Monk, like ask Monk. I like harassed him endlessly. I'm like, you're a cool dude and I'll kick your ass. And he's like, what? And I'm like, yeah, you think I'm scared of you and your fucking beard? And he's like, what? But like Monk and I became like so tight. And so the four of us like did the company, and then that's kind of where we're at. And unfortunately, we're like way behind where I want to be. And that's my fault because illness, but more importantly, like the life of being a content creator, I did not realize the time. It's so time consuming. Like the tape study, like it's just like, dude, and I have a second, dude, I have another job. Like I have a job I
Mhm.
do 20 hours a week, like to pay my bills on top of let's say content creation, like a study takes like 15, 20 hours. And then I'm still trying to code like 30, 40 hours a week. So, but yeah, they're my boys, like Monk, Wheezy, and Brady, like great dudes. And I will get us over the hill with the fight studio and other things we have coming down the pipe like very soon. We don't have UFC next week, which means it's a week off for most of you. It means I actually get to focus on coding. Like I love it.
Yeah, and see, I share that love for coding too because I go to school for that. So I know how time consuming it could be. And the fact that you're doing all of that, you got a lot on your plate.
Yeah, well, we'll throw database development in too. Like that's the big, I'd love to have you on board as a coder where I could just do the database and be like, cool, I'll give you what do you need? I'll give you the like I'll build you the database calls you need and you do the programming. Like and like eventually, like if you get on sync with somebody like that, like excuse me, that's where development hums. But
Hmm.
we're not there yet. We're young. And look, we're 7 months into this company, so we're not off track by any means.
Yeah, it's still in like the early stages. So I'm assuming the wait, did the Twitter page come first, or was it the company that came first then?
At the same time.
Same time.
But
Damn,
yeah, it's like we Brady's in charge of all the social media stuff.
man.
So go harass Brady.
Oh, I already do every week when they're on Stat Diggers.
Yeah, they do. Look, man, like, they do God's work. I think that Brady and Wheezy and Monk work so like they all work so fucking like I feel like lazy compared to them, but like in that way. But like also like I feel like a fraud when I do videos. I'm like, man, these dudes have been like studying and studying and studying. All I'm doing is watching Bert. I'm kidding. Like, it's not all I do. It's just 90% of what I do. Javid Bashra against Tony Gravely. I mean, look, there are worse people to follow than Bert. Like,
He
he's
was actually the first YouTuber I would watch related to
oh
MMA.
shit, dude. Well, don't you ask like who the YouTubers like he's not one of them, but like I love Bert, dude. And I support his war against the fight night dudes. Like, they're really nice guys, but Bert, like, did you ever see the thing? Bert, like, do you see the fight he challenged him to? Did you see
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
God, I love this kid. By the way, MMA Engine will sponsor any boxing match Bert wants to do. I'm like, I will borrow money. I'm down.
Me versus Bert.
No, no, dude. No. I
Why
don't want
not?
because you'll murder him. You're minus dude, this is like Romanov Sherman odds. I don't want that. I want him against the fight night dudes. Like that's competitive. I don't want you against Bert. Come
I mean,
on, dude.
how tall or how much do you think this dude weighs? How he looks like he's very
Bert?
tiny.
I don't dude, he has like Bert fitness. Dude, he's not that small.
I don't know.
I don't know. I would fuck with him, dude. I'm telling you, man, don't fuck with Bert, dude. And he might have like, and like, if he might have like angry young man syndrome, he might fuck you up, dude. He might hunt you down. Why do you fuck with Bert, man? Bert's my boy, dude. Bert is the succession plan of the I imagine. When Wheezy and I die from alcohol abuse, Monk would be like, I've had it. So Brady takes over the company,
He brings on Bert.
well, no, I mean, like, then Bert, because Bert's like, I'm trying to convince Brady Brady is like 40. He's like 24 going on 40. Like he's the oldest man in the company. And I say that with all due respect. Like he's so responsible. He's so driven. Weezy and I are like, what the fuck with this kid, man? Like, like Weezy and I are like his retarded uncles. You know what I mean? Like we're like, what's up, dude? And he's like, yeah, I don't know what insert cultural reference means, but things. And we're like, oh, that's really smart, actually.
Yeah, see, I respect Brady. I mean, the one thing that really caught my eye and where I really started following Brady was honestly, that fitness journey that he's been on, that
Oh,
is so
oh,
inspirational.
he's dude, I'm telling you, he is like the most disciplined, smart, and he's so and the thing is like when you get to know Brady, Brady's so good at insulting you that you don't even know you've been insulted. Like he's so good. I like I mean I can't blow it up here, but like just some of the shit that Brady says, even to me once in a while, I'm like, what? I'm like, what was that? No, 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 no. I'm not like saying shit. It's like, I'm like, Brady, are you fucking with me, dude? And he's like, no. I'm like, you're fucking with me. And he's like, he tries to, I'm like, you motherfucker. Like, and then I see him like, we do like a company meetings. He's like putting on Bird. He's like, oh, that's how you say it. I'm like, fucking told you that's how you say it. Danab, like Danab Bashery. He's like, oh, right. That's how we say it. I'm like, yeah, of course. Like,
No, the way Bert announces the fights in the beginning, like it cracks me up. It's like Jimmy
Tony Gravely
Bushwood
and
versus
Jamin Basharat. Dude, he's a pro. But
in
my
the
brothers,
lightweight division.
but I would go to war with my dudes. They're my brothers, like Monk, Brady, and Wheezy are my family, and I love these dudes. Like beyond just running a company with them, these are like the greatest dudes. And Wheezy is like he's me that just lives in Chicago, but also drinks citrus. Like, and I cannot abide by like this whole Paloma thing. Like,
Hey,
drink,
don't disrespect the Paloma. That's the only drink with tequila that I will drink besides a margarita, and that's very rare.
you
I'm
know,
a all whiskey kind of person, so me and tequila don't really mix that well.
no, I like when I drink tequila, I call it time traveling. But the point is that's why I just don't drink it. Like I don't. There's so many other alcohols and drinks that I like better. Like I don't need to drink tequila, and I don't need to drink grapefruit juice because it's awful. So like I don't get, and I know he's doing like the soda, and like me and him have like, but like I have this, so like I have to refill this bottle. But so
Hmm.
Talisker this is like a world class scotch.
Talisker is freaking amazing.
It's smooth, it's delicious, and you don't need much of it. And you feel like top of the world.
Pat, you are right on the dot. Yeah, something
So
in the tequila, man.
like I know, but like I just don't like so I don't get why Wheezy drinks it. Like, and then Wheezy talks about like all these good Chicago microbrewers, and like, yeah, there's some good ones out there. Like I'm a beer snob, and like there's some good ones out there. So I'm like, cool. If you know there's all these good beers out there, just drink them and not this grapefruit soda bullshit with your fucking your $17 bottle of Cuervo.
Let him do
Fuck
what he
you, dude.
wants. Let him do what he wants.
Look, you stay out of this, motherfucker. Me and Wheezy fighting one day.
Hey,
And, and if
I'll
he
be the
win, and
ref.
if he wins, I'll be drinking grapefruits. Look, man, I'll bet whatever. I tried to bet motherfucking Couch Warrior in my hair on that fucking
I
stupid
was with
ass.
you.
Well, I'm saying is do I have a problem betting shit? I tried to bet my scalp on a fight, and he wouldn't take that. Oh, well, Lou, I have more hair than you.
Yeah,
Hey, bro,
I mean,
and
he's
bro,
white.
this is
He's
all the hair I
white.
got left. This is all hair I got left, son.
It'll grow back.
Me? I don't know. Him, yes. Me? I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I was surprised he didn't take it though.
He's a pussy. No,
He
he's
would have
not a
lost
sorry.
that too.
No, no, no,
Hindsight.
no. I don't want to think. He's not a pussy. But like shit got real because I'm like, that's how confident I am that your bet's stupid. He's like, what? And you can tell he's like, oh my god, my head. Like you can tell he got shook. I'm like, that's how fucking confident I am that your bet's Cerrone decision. I'm like, in what world? 5-1. Dude, me and you talk about that. If it's 20-1, of course. Right?
Yeah, 5-1. I don't know about that.
No,
5-1.
20-1, sure. Like I then I understand the bet. 5-1, you're taking a fucking stand on a stupid bet, and your ego is getting in the way of like reason. It's like, dude, there's dude. He's like, well, he won the first round. I'm like, dude, but dude, there's
Did
there's
he though?
But there's no way that fight's going the distance. Like 5% equity that fight's going the distance. And you're getting 5-1 on a decision prop. Like, come on, dude. Like, just bet the draw. Take the 50-1 shot on the draw. If you
Yeah,
think it's
man.
going the distance, if you think that fight, if you think that Cerrone Miller fight was going the distance, do you want 5-1 on Cerrone or 50-1 on the draw? Like, I mean, like for $5, right?
Yeah, I mean, you probably want to take the draw, assuming that there's a point deduction, shit slows down.
He just couldn't get off it, and I'm like, dude. I went on Lambo's show that week, and I said Miller round 2 on Lambo's show. I'm like, Miller round 2. Like, that was the week. Who was the fucking chick that subbed Jesse Rose Clark in their first round?
Oh, Stolyarenko.
I had her round 1 sub, and I had like 2 other dude. I hit like 4 Lambos that show, and I'm like, yeah, I'm literally like, if Narco is the prop god, I'm using quotes because he's really good, says Tim. But dude, they're not better than me. Like, we're
Hey,
equal.
if you guys,
Like,
whoever's
we're equal. Like,
watching
we're
this,
like, in terms of like nailing crazy ass shit, me and Narco and Tim are like 1-1-1. Like, I'm the forgotten dude. Like, I'm the guy that like is never mentioned in like prop goddery. Like,
if
I'm
you guys are watching this live or in the future, Lou has this show that's called
props to consider and then maybe bet.
You guys have to watch that before any card that you bet
But like
because
I've hit,
have gems.
but if you go watch back every episode I ever made, I've hit at least one prop that's 18-1 or better every fucking card. And then the one week I hit 4 of them. Like, this is not disparaging Narco and Tim. I'm saying is I'm just as good as like nailing these fucking props. Like, I don't fling 5 darts at a fight. I'm like, this is my 1 dart. Like, I think this is the, you know.
Mhm.
So like, and I may go like 3 and 10 for the night, and then like, but all 3 I nailed like fucking 30-1 shit. Like, who cares, right? Like, did you make money? Yeah, I made money, dude.
That's what it's about. That's the name of the game. That's why we track this shit. That's why we do these shows. It's just about making money and giving the value.
Make that money.
Facts. And I'm excited for this card. I know you're equally excited too, because there's a lot of spots that we both like on this one. So I'm really excited. There
And
is
the problem is it's well, the problem for me, not for you, but the problem for me here is like it's a lot of shit that's like minus, like everything's I like is like minus 150 to minus 190. Like they're all you know what I mean? It's all like in that range. It's like, dude, there's not a lot of plus money shit here. Like should Pfeiffer kill this dude? Sure. Am I
yeah.
betting Amadovsky? Not with your dick. Like, there's no way I'm betting this kid. Like, how do you like? You know, I gave my my props.
Who did Amadovsky get nuked by in his last fight? I know I bet on him. I'm trying to remember.
Dawkins? Well, I'm looking up.
No, it wasn't Dawkins. I have it pulled up right here
I'm
because
looking up.
I
Oh,
don't know
Joseph.
why.
Ugly man Joe, dude.
Oh yeah, there
Joseph
you go.
Holmes.
There you go.
Joseph Holmes, who got bodied by Jamie. By the way, Joseph Holmes is a pretty cool dude. Like on Twitter, that's pretty cool guy. He got bodied by fucking Jamie Pickett. Short notice. I don't think his cardio is good. I think he took the fight on short notice.
I mean,
Pickett
yeah, his
just,
cardio wasn't good, and he just looked slow.
he didn't look right in that fight. But what Pickett did to him?
Pickett did Pickett.
He Jamie Picketed him, and then look but like Dana White gave Holmes the Amadovsky stinks, dude. Amadovsky is like, I hope we talk about pro wrestling at some point on this. Yeah, yeah, dude. O'Neal. I had them both the straight bets too. Actually had the Phillips as a straight bet. Yeah, it was. That's it was, dude. On my show, I was giving out. It was called the Holland Tunnel Hand Job Parlay. It was how to make 10 grand and pay your hooker, because nobody was watching our show. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. But but Pat's got it. That was the play, and then, but I had $30 on that, so I already won 1,000, and I'm like, so there's no reason to bet O'Neal straight up. Then she won by, well, it didn't matter. Once it got the second round, I'm like, go Roxy. Like, just I hope Modafferi just kicks this bitch's ass for not like winning. That's a stupid bet. I mean, the Casey O'Neal part was stupid, but
Yeah, that was stupid. And she almost lost that fight. Why she almost fucked up
but
her
the
leg.
Kyler Phillips against Rojo was brilliant because Rojo had like been subbed. It's like 3 out of his last fights has been
Yep.
subbed, and like Phillips has grappling upside. Like, and he was going for fucking triangles and shit. I'm like, yeah, motherfucker. And Wheezy like was talking shit to everybody on like the Pub Sports Stream. He's like, Lou motherfucking betcha on this shit. So like I was profitable for the night after that. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I think I lost money. So like, well, we'll get into like, I actually have a question for you about like how you watch UFC, but like, do you know the Juggernaut? Like, do you know like the faux Juggernaut? Do you know who the Juggernaut is? A
In the UFC or what? Like,
no.
what are you talking
No,
about?
no, 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 no. Like I'm the Juggernaut. So there's like this faux thing like went around years ago. I'll send this to you, dude. You're gonna laugh your ass off. The Juggernaut. It's like it's X-Men shit. Like I'm not even like I'm not
All I know
combat,
is the Juggernaut.
but
That's
like
all I know.
but like this, it's like these dudes like did a voiceover and they're like, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. And like it's just him just like fucking people up. But like voiceovers over like all this X-Men, like years and years of like, you know, video. And it's like, you know, the guy's like attacking him and he's in the red suit. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna hit you with mustard. I'm ketchup, motherfucker. Like, it's amazing, dude. Like, it's fucking unbelievable. It's like, but then every time he gets through, he goes, I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. I'm fucking bitch. And he's just throwing bitches. But he's like massive. He's like tossing bitches 500 miles. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. Like, so I don't know where I was going with this, but like,
The Juggernaut. Yeah, I'm like, wait, where is this coming from? But it's great.
I don't
It's
know.
great.
All right.
'Cause now I'm
Hey,
gonna need you to send me that
Juggernaut's
video.
awesome. So no, I'm turning this interview around you. So like, I just lost my friends. They didn't die. Sorry, they moved. But I lost like the whole situation. What do you do when you watch fights? Like you live with your brothers. Like you have a setup. You have a routine. You have like you have to do this every week? Like
So
what's your shit, dude? I'm
so
interviewing
you
you now, bitch.
all right, flip it
I'm
over
the
on me.
Juggernaut, bitch.
So now I'm on your show. Um, no, see, every Saturday I usually work and I try to get off by like 5 o'clock, which is usually when the
Oh,
main
you're West Coast too. I forgot.
yeah.
You're like this weekend. It starts at 1 o'clock for you. Like that's
Yeah, so I'm gonna be watching the fights for the most part at work. So I try to get off by 5, usually on main cards when the regular prelims start, and we just have a gang of people at the house. 15, 10 people.
too many people.
Too many people sometimes. Like it goes up to upwards of like 20 people at certain points if it's like a big card. And we all just stream the fights. We're sitting there, we drink. There's some people that drink more than others. There's some people that don't drink at all. So by the end of the card, there's some people in the corner that are just like absolutely wasted. Um, I fall into that category at times. Uh,
I really you.
yes, me. So yeah, there's that group of people. There's the group of people that are somewhere in the middle between a buzz and not buzz, and then there's people that are completely sober. And right after all of that, we either go out or we just hang out until like 2, 3 in the mornings, smoking cigars, hanging out, talking. So it's like a routine thing. And then there's times where there's absolutely no one, and just me and my 2 brothers and my roommate that are watching the fights on Saturdays, which
It's
it's more
probably
chill.
better. Probably better.
It is better because the one thing me and my brothers
You
have
can
in
watch the
common,
fights because you can watch the fights.
yeah, and and I don't fault these people for these things, but when we're watching in that big of a group, there's a lot of people that don't really know what to look for in fighting, and you're just like, did that guy really just say, "Oh, you should just go and like jump on his legs to take him down"? Like, oh, it makes me cringe so bad. So sometimes the lesser the better.
Hey, man, the
And the
more
one
the
thing that me and my brothers have in common is we all bet on these fights. So I'm the one that does the tape study, and I'm
right.
like, "I just bet on this guy, bet on that guy. Whatever happens, happens." So it gets really competitive. We all celebrate together. I know, when I was overseas on my vacation, like, last month,
Are
I
you
had
are you are you talking about your video that got on?
onto yeah, the
That was
MMA
aw
hour.
that was awesome, dude. That was
And
so
that was at
funny.
7 in the morning, or no, 6 in the morning. My
Huh,
parents were awake. My brother
huh.
was in his boxers, for God's sake. It was fucking
Am I
hilarious.
doing it right?
Yeah.
That was awesome, dude. Like, that was so cool.
We were
You guys are
sweating.
listening? That was so cool. That was so cool.
That was fun
Dude,
because
that was
also it's, like, overseas, it's 6 in the morning, you're trying not to be loud, but
but I like, you guys were, like, in sync. It was like, "Hey, hey, hey, hey."
yeah, that was one of the best bets I've ever cashed just because of the video we got out of it. Somehow my mom was the one that was recording it because she records everything, and that's the video that got submitted to the MMA hour, and it just freaking happened to be on there. So yeah, that's probably my favorite bet that I've ever cashed. Just reaction, timing, and just where we were at. So yeah.
That's awesome, dude.
So yeah, now that I mean, you lost your roommates that moved away, or not roommates, your neighbors that moved away. What do you do now for fights? Is it just you solo? You go to the bars? What do you do?
Well, one moved to Alabama, so I don't know I'm gonna see him again. One moved to Norristown, Pennsylvania, which is a shithole. His house is fine, but, like, so I'm probably going there actually Saturday. He has a cabin in the Poconos, which I love because they have no internet. It's like, just, like, get the fuck out
Remote?
of life. Oh, yeah, dude, like, and I'm not, like, some hick. I'm not some country boy, but it is nice once in a while to
Yeah.
just disconnect. So, yeah, I just watch him at home, and I'm miserable. Like, I hate it because, like, my girl watches and she, I don't know. Oh, here we go. This is like, she's like, "Oh, I'll watch the fights with you." I'm like, "Cool." And the whole fights is she does like, and this is like hours of just
What do you expect though?
because if I send her a message, I'm like, "Oh, some bro broke his ankle." She's like, "I'm on it." Like she knows, like she's on it, and like she likes the violence aspect, but like I can't expect anybody to care about it like I do. Like I get that, but my dude that moved to Alabama is the guy I watched the Tender series with. Like he does, he cares, and he's like, and he's an older school fan than me. Like I mean, dude, he's watching like he knows like fucking Bonner shit on like Ultimate Fighter. Like he's an old school fan, and
Mhm.
so yeah, I watch it at home. Like no, I honestly like I live in like a weird like I live in Bucks County, Pennsylvania. Like I don't hide from this. It's a lot of I don't get in like the politics. I live with like a lot of libtards in my area, and the one bar in my area is a very hipster bar where we had asked them if they would, like, would you put on fights? And they're like, well, maybe, but then also you can have volume. I'm like, no, this isn't like, we're not coming to an agreement. I need it this way. Like, I need volume and I need this. And if you can't do it, that's okay. And it's like, you can tell her, like, things. And I'm like, oh, yeah, And this guy, things. And like, somebody mentions kale. And I'm like, I will murder. Like, can I just murder all of you for sport? You like, it's a bar, man. Like, dude, it's like,
Mm.
"Oh, it's July, like, nice snow cap, you piece of shit." Like, I don't know if you have hipsters out in your area, like, but man,
Oh my God, you should see.
okay, so
California is the land of the hipsters. What are you talking about?
just people are the fucking worst. So, like, no, there's very few bars. Like, there's a couple, like, there's, like, the Buffalo Wild Wings type shit, but I don't wanna deal
Yeah.
with that crap. Like, no, I'd rather watch it at home and, like, I want volume, man. Like, it's my terms or it's no terms. And my terms is volume and drinks. And I'm happy to go out. Like, we had a bar. There's an air base in Willow Grove. There's a bar across the street. I don't want to give them promotion. They're all right. Iron Abbey is the name of the bar. I give them, but they're all right. But like, but they would get the pay-per-views. They were known for getting the pay-per-views, even in the era where before like there was every goddamn week. So you would have to show up at like 5 o'clock.
Yep.
And
That's how
then,
Buffalo Wild Wings is.
but they would open up like areas of the bar, and like, I mean, they get like 500 people that are watching the pay-per-views. And like, look, there's something to be said for that. Like, so much fun, man. Like watching with your boys and people and getting like, that's great. It's fun watching it alone because I'm betting and because I appreciate the sport. But dude, it's cool. Like,
Celebrating with people,
of course
jumping
it
up,
is, man.
screaming.
Like, look, you're a Giants fan. I'm a Giants.
Giants.
I'm a Giants fan. I'm a Giants fan that lives in Philly. I fucking hate everybody, dude. Go Birds! Fuck you. Like, I'm like, dude, they won the Super Bowl. My neighborhood's popping off, and I'm like, so I bet. So here, I bet $2,000. I never bet like this kind of money. I bet $2,000 on the Eagles that night at plus 340. Right. But you know, I bet that because if they're gonna fucking enjoy it,
You want to enjoy it.
but if they lose, I fucking be miserable as fuck, and I'm going outside. I'm fucking murder every motherfucker.
Plus
Like
340 against who?
against the Patriots, dude. Like I took.
Oh,
I'm gonna go murder every son of a bitch outside if I lose that bet. So I'm like, oh yeah, go Birds, go Birds, go Birds, bitches, go Birds, bitches. Fuck you. Eli beat you twice, motherfucker. What a weird game.
no, wait. So, how far are you from downtown Philly? Because I'm planning on making a trip soon.
Like in terms of like 20 minutes, 25
Oh,
minutes.
really?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I'm planning on making the trip soon, and it'll probably
Why?
be.
Why would you go to Philly?
Why not? I just want to go.
Philly's
drive.
awful. If you just want to come here, me and you get fucked. Dude, if you want to go like batter my whole town, me and you guys in town, we're filming it. Like, don't let the old man muscles. Don't let the old man fucking muscles. It's crazy. I've probably been in more fights than any of you motherfuckers. I've been in more real fights than any of you motherfuckers.
Can you count them on your hand?
No. I can't count them on how many people are in. I've been in hundreds of real life fights.
All right, never mind. Yeah,
Unfortunately, and let's say I'm like,
you have the age factor on me, so you have the experience.
let's say I've won
Your
like,
schedule is looking good.
let's say I've won like 58% of my real life fights, but I ain't never been knocked out, dude.
Hey, that means long-term probability. You're a successful fighter.
No, I'm a fucking motherfucker, dude. Like I mean, I have a background in fighting. Like I don't like, I took judo for a couple of years, then I took Krav Maga. When I moved to Philly, I took Krav Maga. I know like anybody watching this show that's from Philly will know that Preston and Steve had a whole thing on Krav Maga, which I don't want to elaborate on because one of the guys in that show was in the class and he did not want to talk about it. But if he's watching, he knows. But
Like, come at me.
no, because none of us were like, we weren't trying to show off. It was like, oh, we're learning how to fight. Like taking judo was good for when I was 15, taking judo. And this, by the way, when I was 15, this is 1992 because I'm old. But taking judo was like, I'm a little dude. Like, I mean, like, I wish I would have taken Kempo because
Yeah.
Kempo would have been suited for my size. But like, I took judo. I learned how to throw people. And like, I played baseball in high school. I played a little bit of soccer. I went to college and I played baseball. And I ended up playing soccer like senior year, like as a reserve. I'm like, why am I'm not interested in playing
Yeah.
soccer. But I was an athlete I'm playing baseball, so I'm an athlete. But like,
Quotations.
I used to fuck people up in college all the time, dude. Dude, like anytime there was like a brawl, I was like jumping in. I weighed like 110 pounds. Like, what's up, bitches? Like, I'm like a psycho, dude. I was like, let's go, bitches. And I fuck people up, dude. We had a wrestling league in college. Like, I'm the 3-time Ursinus cruiserweight champion. Like, I fuck people up, dude. I gave no fucks, dude. I fuck, like, I would judo toss people and be like, but I was a crazy dude. People like, how's this 110 pound? This is what I weighed in college. We were 110 pounds. How's this 110-pound dude like chucking a football player over his shoulder? And I'm like,
So wait,
dude,
how tall are you if you were 110 in college?
in college, I was like, I mean, right now, I'm like 5'8", a buck 60. College, I was like, I don't know, 5'7", like one, but I was jacked, dude. Like I was in, like, not jacked, but I shouldn't say that. I was in very good shape, but I weighed like 115, 120, dude. I was in good shape, dude. Like, I was in really good shape. I played baseball, but I lifted. Like, but I wasn't like psycho lifter. I lifted to stay in shape.
Jeez.
I'll
Yeah,
fucking
dude.
look. And like anybody watching this, I'll be 45 in November. I'll wreck any one of you motherfuckers. I ain't worried what your background is. Let's fucking go. You know why? You know why? Because you can hit me for like fucking 5 minutes when I'm still, because one thing I'm better at than anybody. Can you hurt me? I don't sleep. I don't need to eat much.
All right, Lou, we're gonna
Like I'm
sanction
saying, what
fight.
the fuck are you? Like what the fuck, dude? If me and Wiz went into a bar, me wreck 10 people, I'd be like, I don't. I'm not gonna feel pain, dude. I'd be like, Wiz, I'm tired. Take over.
The
Like just
one
here.
thing, so here's what correlates with me and drinking and fighting. If I'm drinking vodka, I'll get mad really easily. But I probably won't.
You're talking about what makes you angry.
No, but here's the thing: if I'm drinking vodka, I'll get mad, but I won't swing at anyone. If I'm drinking whiskey, I'll probably just like try to de-escalate it because I'm just nice. But the one deadly type of alcohol for me when it comes to fighting is tequila. Because if I'm drinking tequila and
Oh
a
fuck,
bar fight happens, it's happened. This has
dude.
happened. Like this true story.
Well, by the way, Wiz, tequila is vicious, dude. It's just a vicious. It's
I
vicious.
see red. I will
It's no,
literally
no,
see
it's
red.
not you. I'm saying it's not like you're not the problem. Tequila is vicious.
Dude, there was this one time I was at a bar. It was a Thursday night. Random. It's on Thursday. Um, this chick I was talking to at the time fucked me over. So I just started downing tequila and I'm going crazy and I'm belligerently drunk. My friends are taking too long to leave, so I just start walking home. And for me to walk home, it would take me like 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm walking home and I don't give a fuck. I couldn't find an Uber. Ubers were like 70, $80 and it's only like a 10-minute drive. So I was like, fuck that. And I get jumped by two people. Luckily, one of these two people was tiny size, like 5'6". And I Joe Piferd him. So he was gone. So then it was just me and this one guy. And we're like going punch for punch. And we're wrestling on the floor. I still have these like bruises on my knuckles. I don't even think you could see them, scars. But I got down with this dude. And all I remember was I stood up and I stepped on his stomach. Like I stomped on his stomach and I started running. I was like, fuck this. It was right next to a police station. I didn't want anything to do with it. So I start running. I hide in the nearest corner and I call my friends. I'm like, pick me up, motherfuckers. And they picked me up, dropped me home. That was it. It was, St. Patty's Day. It was also St. Patty's Day. It was the weekend actually before COVID, I think. Actually, no, it wasn't St. Patty's. It was the weekend before COVID. That's how I remember this very like clearly. And yeah, good times. That stuck with me for the longest because if I didn't unload all the anger I had in me from the tequila, I don't know what I would have done once I got home.
Yeah, I mean, look, I mean, I think you would agree with this. Like, I know you're way younger than me, but like, if you can be in 0 fights the rest of your life, that would be ideal. Like, we don't need like, I don't need to be in a fight the rest of my life, and look, in all fairness, like, I'm not in the greatest shape that I've been in. It's not even, like, physically, like I mean, dude, I'm not a big, but I'm not fat, like, I'm certainly, like, my weight's healthy, whatever, but getting older, like, the nicks and, like, the beats have taken their toll on me, like, I don't need to be in a fight the rest of my life, but I feel like I got one left. I feel like I got, like, one Donnybrook left,
Save it
one.
until I come to Philly. Save it.
Yeah, oh, dude, I would of course, like, but, like, it's never like, the fights I'm in are never, like it's funny, like, I'm such a loudmouth motherfucker, but, like, the fights I'm in are never about me. It's like, I just texted I texted my buddy, and I'm like, "Dude, if you're awake, like, please hop in." Like, I tell him, like, "I'll give you, like" I wanted him to tell you this story, but, like, my buddy's, like, 300 some pounds, and, like and he just mouthed off the wrong guy, and this is like a steroid monkey, dude. Like, this is a dude that, like, you had to shoot him. But he did it in my bar. Like, when I ran the bar I had to go out there and, like, be professional. I'm like, "Hey, man," I'm like, "What's the problem?" And he's like, "Okay, Rob." By the way, my name's Rob. Like, for anybody that's, like, I'm not hiding behind that, but he's like, "Okay." And I'm like, "Hey, dude, like, so how do we get out of here and you not, like, go to jail?" And he goes, "What the fuck's that supposed to mean?" I'm like, "Well, I mean, it seems like you're ready to, like, murder people." It's like and he, like, steps to me, and I step right back to him, and I'm like and I know, like, "Look, man, I can try everything I know in my life, but, like, this dude's gonna there's no like, this dude's gonna kill me." Like, I'm not stupid, like, this dude's gonna kill me, and I'm like he won, like do you guys have, like, slot machines at the bars out there?
Oh, hell no, we don't.
Okay, so in Pennsylvania, they have, like, they're so this is, like, part of the gambling laws, like, it's, skill machines, but they have it's like Mega Touch, but, like, it's you can win money. So the bar we owed him, like, $480, and he gave me the ticket, and then he's like, "Mad enough," and I'm like so I had leverage, I'm like, "Hey, bitch, like, I'll pay you. You gotta go, dude, like" "Oh, you can't not pay me," and I'm like, "Well, if you're threatening, like, everybody at the fucking bar, I mean, like" he's like, "You don't know the law, dude." I'm like, "Well, maybe I don't. Like, if you're sitting here literally threatening to murder everybody at the bar, I kinda think the cops care about that more than, like, the fucking 2 slot spins you hit." And I said, "How about I pay you and you leave for life?" Because I said, "'Cause that seems good to me." And then he gets in my face and he's like, "Or what if I fucking" and I'm like, "Dude, if you kick my ass, you don't get paid. You're an idiot." I'm like in his face. I'm like, "You're a fucking idiot, dude." I'm like, "Okay." I said, "I do steroids." Now I'm like mocking him. I'm like, "So do you want to get paid and leave or like not?" I'm like, I said, "You're stupid." I'm like, "You're very dumb." And he's like, "Watch what you fucking say, dude." I'm like, I said, "Well, no. Now I know you want to get paid. Now I know the money is more important than your fucking. I'm such a great dude." I'm like, "Now I know." I said, "Here's the deal. I'm calling the cops. I'm gonna pay you after I'm done because then they're on their way and they'll drink here for free all night because I'm friends of mine. And if you're here, you're going to jail and they're probably gonna steal the 480 from you. So what do you want to do, asshole?" Like, people are so stupid, man. You know what's funny? Do you know who doesn't get in a situation like that? Decent human beings. Like, nobody gets in it. Like, Wiz, would you be in a situation where you were so out of control that, like, you were a piece of shit? No. Maybe at home, like, we all get so, like, fuck. I'm saying it's
I don't know.
like, you have 2 brothers, right?
Yeah.
Is it conceivable you and your brothers could be like so blindly drunk? You're like, fuck all, of course, of course. But going in public and being like, all of you people I don't know are pieces of shit. No, I don't think you would do that.
You know,
That's
there's
not a
one
no.
time.
That's not a no, dude.
There's one time. Here's a story. It was a Saturday night. We're done watching the fights.
I'm
And
listening. I'm coming right back. I'm listening. The
all
headphones.
right, all right, yeah. So it's a Saturday night. we're done watching the fights, and my friends want to go out to this bar. So I go to this bar with them, and I don't know what it was, the alcohol, the fights, both, and I just want to fight everyone. In my head, I'm like, I just want to fight. And I start like low key dissing people around me. I'm like, look at this fucking guy. Look at that dude over there doing something stupid. And I just start throwing out these stupid comments just to pick a fight. And something broke. Like a fight broke loose. And that's all I wanted. I was fulfilled. I was only an hour into the night. And this bar fight started happening. And I got kicked out of the bar. And I got home. I was happy. I was so content with life because that's all I wanted. So, yes and no. I've only done it once, but
But I know, but like Wiz, you're so look, so I grabbed smokes. Sorry, great for my heart. I know,
you're yeah, very great.
but also Wiz, like, so me and you joke. You're like, oh, Lou's just an older me, and I'm like, okay, I've been doing this for longer, but like, you're also very young, and this is not a knock on you. I'm saying is like,
You want to fight? Is that what you're saying?
no, I'm saying is like,
It's like,
I'm saying is 10 years from now, when you're in your 30s, I don't think you'll be in any fights in public because, first of all, you have a tremendous like your edge in any fight is like you're never an underdog, uh, unless like you get into a fight with Brock Lesnar. I'm like I don't like your odds against Bork
yeah, no.
Lesnar. But I'm saying is like, but you're a trained dude, like, but also you're mature. Like as you get older, that's what I'm saying is like. So what I'm saying is when I'm in my 20s, none of the shit you're talking about existed. I'll like I'm living in Philly. I'll fuck up a bitch, dude. I'm gonna fuck, dude. Like, and it's the Philly attitude, and it's like, I'm not trained, but like, I'm a dog, dude. Like, I'm gonna fuck. But I've always been a small dude. Like, like I'm just a little dude. So I've always been like the scrapper. I'll fuck a bitch up. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I'm trying to get my buddy. I'm trying to get my buddy. I hope he's awake, but Larson's not coming in. I got a funny story. This isn't
What
even
is the
about,
story?
huh?
I need to know the story now, yeah. Whether
No,
it's
this
now or in another episode, because
no no no
there's too much
no
to
no 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 no. It's him backing me up with him being like, because he was like, I had this is the bar story where I had to get this fucking story monkey out of my bar and I had to stand up to him. I'm like, man, he's gonna kill me, and like, but he's the dude. My buddy's the dude that like started this whole fucking problem. Like, but he's like, oh yeah, he's like, you're on steroids clearly, and I'm like, what? And then he's like, and then so like there's four people on the fucking bar. This is what like 2 weeks after I took over this bar, and the other like there's five. Sorry, there were five people in the bar. Three of them after this dude left were like, "Oh, I had your back." One of them was this Puerto Rican woman who was like, I was ready to like rake his eyes out, and I believed, and she's the only one that I believed. And the other guy was like, I was willing to watch you die because I was not getting up, and I'm like, I respect that. But this Puerto Rican chick was like, I would have murdered him and you. I'm like, okay, like that's
10 years later.
and I
Chris
look
Cyborg.
and then I misplayed my hand. I'm like, so what are we gonna do about this? And she's like, oh, I'm not into you. Like, I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, look, it's like, dude, I just won a $200 bet. What do we you can't throw for 20 more yards? Like, what's the problem? I'm like, hey, I have access to the deep fryer.
No one's
I can
in there.
no, I'm like, I can make I'm like, I run the bar. I can make and I'm busted, by the way, I'm busting balls this whole thing. This chick was like 60. I'm busting balls the whole like
Hey,
whatever.
to each their own. Everyone has their type.
Between me and oh, he would kill me. Oh, he would absolutely. Oh, come on. I'm in my 40s. No, he would kill me. Wiz is like a badass. Have you seen Wiz's videos, dude? His kicks are good, his flexibility is good. Like, come on, dude.
It's funny. I took a video today, but I forgot to post it. I learned this new freaking Naruto kick, like fucking spinning shit. I don't know how I did it. It was freaking clean.
I see Narcos videos and because I he's my age. Like Narcos, I think he's a year older, but like close. And I see him and it's like he's like Rocky. It's like just throw them hate bombs, and I'm like, and Narco used to be a cop, right?
Yeah.
So I'm like, man, I would never want to fuck with this dude. But like, I want to fuck with him on poker so bad. Like, I feel
He's a
like,
big poker player. I remember when I was on his show, he was telling me about it. He's a big poker player.
yeah, well, I have more World Series cashes than he does. So I do. I'm a more on paper, I'm a more established player. Am I better than him? No. I mean, I mean, I don't know. The point is like you're never better than anybody in poker. You don't fucking know. Like, dude, let's talk about gambling for a second, actually, because this is relevant to
All
what I'm
right.
about to say. So,
And this will segue into the next segment pretty good.
like so anybody that's watched this, like, does Wiz hit a lot of bets? Yes. Does Wiz lose bets? Yes. Does Wiz and I talk about sports and betting like all the time? And Wiz is a heady dude. Liam's a heady dude. Like our boy Liam. Like without Liam, like you and I probably aren't like tight.
Yeah.
So shout out to
Shout out
Liam,
to Liam.
my
Sorry, guys.
boy Liam. And and like I talked to Liam yesterday, and I'm like, dude, just here's some props I like. Like Liam's gonna win like all the units any week. Like he's my boy. And Liam's young too. And I'm like the older retarded brother for some of you, I think. Like Gordo. Like Gordo, you and Liam. It's like, fuck, man, I'm like the old dude. And
The father figure.
well, no, but I'm the dude, but like, dude, like I've been gambling for 20 plus years. Just because I don't publicize results on Twitter, I must be pretty good at it to have been doing it this long. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm not like desolate in a fucking hotel. Like I know what I'm doing. So like you have a good grip on roll. Like how many units to bet. You do. You have a good grip on it. Like I feel like a lot of people in the community, they win one week and they get super excited and like go crazy the next week, and you don't do
Yeah.
that. And that's the best advice I can give is like you saw. Hold on. So like I don't publicize shit. A couple of weeks ago, did I have a good weekend with the poke? Like
Yeah. See, when Lou is saying when you're talking about like us always talking about gambling bets, shit like that, it's literally on the daily. If you check our DMs, there's probably like very few times where we skip a day or two of not like DMing each other random bets. And that's how close we've gotten since that one show we did with Liam and Gordo.
but
And
you know what I want, but you know what I won 2 weeks ago.
yeah.
And I didn't pop like I'm not tweeting like,
You
oh,
don't
like,
need to.
but that's what I'm saying is like, so what did I do last week? I'm like, dude, I don't like this card. I'm going light. And I'm like you killed it, like other people killed it. I'm happy for my bros. I just it's weird for me to like post this shit on Twitter. I don't like I don't like post my bets, dude. Like I don't like winning. I don't like winning publicly. I don't want people like I'm like, dude, like I don't
But you
need
still track on Bet MMA, don't you?
I do, but like now I just put my bets on there. I don't post shit. I don't post Twitter about like my bets are up. I'm like I just use it. Like I didn't want to use it, dude, because I bet soccer and I bet and soccer is my prime betting sport, as you know.
Hmm.
Like I don't know, man. Like I'm not selling my picks. I'm not a professional handicapper. Like I have views on sports. I have views for 20 years, and like I just don't. To me, it's like you're not like this, like because you're just getting this, but like and Liam isn't like this either, and neither is Gordo. But there's people like this. There's some people that bet to get attention. and there's some people that bet to win money. And if you're not betting to win money, you're in the wrong fucking area, dude. You see, and you know the dudes I'm talking about on Twitter that oh here, and I won't mention the
units.
or oh look, featured win. You know, like, dude, are you trying to win money or are you trying to be a fucking thing? Like, because when you go from winning money to trying to be a thing, you start fucking up. More importantly, you start drawing a lot of attention to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, you know why you're drawing attention to yourself? Because you're winning. You're not being a dick about it. It's just because you're fucking winning, dude. Can you talk while I take a leak?
Yeah. I got this.
Boom.
The
But by the way, I will have these on, so I will know.
you're too funny. Yeah, see, for me, when the whole reason I got started into this thing was just to make an extra buck or two here and there. And initially, it was just a hobby where me and my brothers, me and my friends, would just talk about random bets. And I was really big into soccer because I almost went semi-pro, pro. So I was big into soccer at first, and then I started getting into MMA and into basketball, NFL, and all the other sports that I bet. Now, the big thing for me is unit and risk management because at the end of the day, it's not a get rich quick scheme, although a lot of people try to treat it that way. If you try to treat betting as a get rich quick type of scheme, then more often than not, you're not going to be a successful bettor because you're just going to be chasing. And the one thing, and I went through this. I've been through this, and I'm speaking from me going into like a darker place where I was just like trying to chase every single loss that I had. Where I was like, okay, I would lose $100 on a freaking UFC fight, for example, and the very next fight, all right, I got to win this back and the profit that I was supposed to quote unquote win from that last one. So I would double my unit size, and it would just spiral until there was a point where I was just like, why am I doing this? I'm trying to make money long term. It's not always about the short term. And when you're getting lost into the short term, that's where you're gonna really ruin yourself and really ruin your bankroll. And in turn, it's gonna ruin your mental health. You're gonna be doubting yourself. You're gonna be like every single bet's just gonna be a freaking sweat. No matter if you're up big or up like down big, you're just gonna be dreading it every single day. And you're like, okay, do I really need to bet again? Do I really need to do this? And yeah, that's the way I treat it. It's you don't need to over leverage or over risk. It goes hand in hand because I used to also have my own like stock trading company where I would give out tips on stocks and shit like that. This
But
was a
you're
while
looking at
ago.
you're looking at data. You're doing your best you can do. Can I tell
Yeah.
you how I started gambling? You'll laugh. It wasn't at sports.
What was it at?
So I never gambled in sports in my fucking life. In fact, I never gambled a penny in my life after the age of 21. So like I'm a product of the .com era. Like, so a lot of people watching this won't understand, but so like you could like I got a computer job when I was 21 through not chicanery, but like just through luck. And but when I moved to Philly, like, so darts are big in Philly, like dart league. And my local bar, I played for my local bar. They were in the top division, and I would get butt slammed every fucking week. I was a sacrificial lamb, and I'm playing against, not because I was good. The bar played in the top league, and like Philly is like, if you look at like the U.S. Open champion in darts, like 19 of the last 20 champions have come out of Philly. Like the Philly's like the hotbed of darts. I'm not. This is not like go Philly. It's
Hmm.
just what it is. So like I'm getting like butt slammed every fucking time I play for a year, and I'm like, this is not fun. Like it's like, the team was nice guys, but like this is my local bar, but like this is not fun for me. So like I ended up taking it. Like I ended up going to a different bar and like, I'm gonna run a team. And I told the guy I ran, they're like butthurt that I'm like, oh, you don't want to play here anymore. I'm like, dude, I lose against like the great. No, I don't want to play here. Like, I want to win. I'd like to win once. And then I became I'm like an elite dart shooter, dude. Like I'm like formerly ranked Philly dart shooter. But anyway, like that came to this is like starting my own team and like I started gambling after like we had two teams in this bar. They were like the better team. Like they were Division 2. We were Division 6. Because I took my friends and I'm like, let's have fun. But I was decent. And like my dude, Evan, I will not say his last name because he actually could watch this video. But he's Evan, if you're watching, like, I missed you, brother, like, long time. But Evan and I became like this fucking ravenous team after Dart League. And it was like playing $20 a game. And I never played for money in my life. And I'm like, but dude, I'm making like 110 a year at my job, but I never gambled. So I'm like, oh man, like, I don't want to know that I'm just saying in my head, like, this is 20 years ago. But then, like, me and him were like such a good fucking team, dude. And I'm talking like, I don't know if you ever played darts, but like, any game that's double in, double out in darts, like any 0-1 game, if I was locked in early, he'd finish it. If he was locked in early, like me and him just became like, we were so good as a team. So then we start going to these after hour places in Philly playing fucking 500 a game. And I'm like, man, dude, I know I could afford it, but I didn't like it. But we're walking out of there like 10 grand a night. And then like he'd want to go to like Gino's in Philly. And there's like 6 in the morning. And there's like fucking joggers. They're like, you guys are pieces of shit. And he's like, we are awful human beings. Like, I mean, and you felt awful, but like, fuck, dude, I got 10 grand in my fucking pocket.
It's a skill.
Right. But it's a skill, but you have bad nights and dude, it's like,
yeah, I see it.
And then I played poker. I got into poker and I won't like, and I started dealing poker at a local club to me because they needed a dealer one night. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm not going to get stuck $1,000. And all of a sudden, not only am I making fucking 8,000 in tips a week because it's a 5-10 game, but the one night a week I'd play. Well, I fucking know how all you, Rob, look what I folded. Look what I folded. Look what I folded. So everybody assumes that I'm just coming in every pot with like ace, king, tens. Meanwhile, like I can have 8-6 suited and I can 4-bet it. And if the ace hits, I'm like, I'm all in. They're like, here's my king. Like, I mean, dude, like you learn how to play against certain people. And it's so like, that's the gambling for me. Like even tonight, like, I told you, what I won last week in poker. It's not like a braggadocious thing. Like, I don't care. It's not for the public. Like for my personal situation, I really kind of needed that win. Like that helps me a lot for what I'm going through personally. But I just look at it like good people, like Liam says, good guys rise. I'd love to believe that, dude. And I do believe that. You're a good guy. Liam's a good guy. Wheezy, Brady. Like, I'm saying it's like, I don't want to call out the bad guys on your fucking stream, dude, because it's not good.
We all know who they are.
Yeah, and I don't want them to win. But there's one of them if he wants to fight.
I know who it is.
No, you don't. No, you don't. I don't think you do. I don't think you do because I think my feud with him predates you. Who do you think it is?
I probably won't mention it on stream just because we don't need it. I'll tell you after.
Give me initials.
I mean, even if I give the initials out, it's kind of obvious.
LLF.
Okay, no, not who I expected. Because you told me that if this guy ever wants to scrap, you'd be down, and it's not LLF.
No, it's All right. Well, anyway, move on to the interview. Sorry.
Well, I mean, this is a great segue into the next segment and the final segment of the show. We're gonna look at this next upcoming UFC card.
Hold on. You didn't ask me who I watch. You asked Clinton and Pat, the first guys they watched. I never got to answer that question.
Well, yeah. Then who's the first guys you watch your first fight and your favorite fighter?
So, well, hold on. But all you guys said the same kind of people, and I'd like to spin that and like and tag him when I say this because you guys didn't mention him, and because I feel like he's a very underrated dude in the community that never gets respect. Is Dan Levy? Okay,
Okay.
best fight picks, Dan Levy, and Bleed. Bleed was actually the first dude I ever watched. You Bleed picks? Come
Yep.
on.
Yeah.
Now I don't follow Bleed anymore because he just bets like literally every favorite. I'm like, all right. I'm onto it. Not every favorite, but like, but Bleed was like the first guy. I'm like, oh, he has a sense of humor. But Levy, man, dude, do you know Dan Levy?
Of course. He was one of the first people I started watching too.
I'm just gonna go on record. I think Dan Levy is, I get upset. Like I get lumped into these like whole Twitter chains. Like it's cool. Like thank you. Like it's appreciative. Like Dan Levy's never mentioned these things, and I've said it on like multiple things. Like, dude, how is Dan Levy not on this? Dan helped me big in like my darkest period, like when my cat died. Like, dude, like I mean, you guys can look at this and be like, "You're a pussy, your cat died." Dude, that was like the closest thing I ever had to a daughter in my life. Like, I don't know if you guys know, it's like I'm a widower from like 20 years ago. I'm not asking for like whatever. I'm saying like I've been through a lot of shit in my life. I'm not asking for people go through shit. You learn. You
Hmm.
learn, you fight, whatever. Losing my cat was like, I mean, this was like, man, dude, like the unconditional love she showed me for like 11 years was just oh, like it hurts me. And like knowing that she is like almost a year anniversary, like it crushes me. It's like it's been hard lately. Dan Levy and Wheezy were like the two dudes that were like, "Are you all right?" Like, and Levy had no like they had nothing to gain. Like, and like I love Atlanta. Like Atlanta, man, you want to meet some whammons. Atlanta,
Hmm.
no better city in this country than Atlanta to meet some whammons. I know this for fact. Dan Levy is like one of the best dudes in the community, and I don't think he gets the respect that he deserves. And he was one of my initial dudes, him and Bleed, and then Clint, and then Brady. But
Hmm.
Levy's like a badass dude, and like and like him and Shaq, dude. But
Oh yeah,
Levy, but
him
but
and
Levy, but Levy more than Shaq because Levy was the dude I talked to. Like I like Shaq too. Like it's not like a knock on him, but like tag Dan Levy in this, dude. I think
no,
he
I
is the
definitely
most.
will. I've
I
been
think he
meaning
is.
to.
I think he is the most underrated. Brilliant. He's brilliant in his mindset. He's brilliant in his bets. But I'm telling you this right now. I've never met Dan Levy personally. I think Dan Levy would have given me the shirt off his back if I was like, dude, and he don't even know me. And I'd give Dan Levy the shirt off my back if he fucking like I respect that man so immensely. More like almost more than anybody in this community. And Dan Levy has gone out of his way to help like Couch Warrior. Like, I don't need his help. He's offered it. I don't really need it. I'm kind of tied up with good, but I want to forge my own path. But I'm tied up with like good dudes too. But I
Shout
think
out to
Dan
Dan Levy, man.
I think Dan's like the most underrated motherfucking dude in this community, like by far.
And the one thing about him is that I really like is he's very unbiased. Like some people, when they make their content, you can kind of tell when they're biased towards a certain side or when they're making irrational decisions. And he is one of the few that I feel has no bias at all. He just tells you
Well,
a
he's
straight
biased toward
point.
Africans, but he admits it. He's like, I'm biased toward like
Yeah,
I mean, that's his. Like he's like, I'm biased toward Africans. Like he's it's not a racist thing. I mean, like he's biased toward people from a certain part of the country. He's like, I think these people are built differently. But if they're people from that like Africa that have the training, he's like, no, I'm not betting them. Like he likes the physique. Like there's dudes from Africa. Like I didn't watch his video yesterday. I guarantee goddamn he took Cheaty. I guarantee you he took Cheaty. I know he took
I haven't checked it out. I haven't
I
checked it
know I
out.
know he took Barriol. That's the only I saw that Betty
Yeah.
post. He took
I think I
don't
saw him take Barrio, and I saw him also post about Algio, if I'm not mistaken.
well, you know I'm taking Algio because I'm a fucking I have
Yeah.
a I have a personal tie to him. So
Hmm.
do you know that?
Yep. Yeah, we talked about this, and
Yeah.
I'm actually on Algio too this weekend. So
Yo, Crew Corner, where are you at? Eric Corner, where are you at, son? Come on, bro. We went to high school together. Where are you, Corner? We played soccer together. Where are you, Corner? Yo, funny story. My girlfriend worked with this dude, Dan Inge, not Ige, Dan Inge, and he fights amateur kickboxing. He's a Muay Thai guy, and he trained under Eric Garner, who was a dude that trained Bill Algeo. So we went to like his fights, and they're in like hotels, and I mean it's you know how the local scene goes. Like you fight wherever they'll they'll
yeah, I'm
sanction
I'm in the
event.
midst of it. So yeah, I know exactly how it is.
So I'm like, there's got to be a guy with a fedora taking bets, right? And she's like, no, no, no. And then like I see this dude Carner, the guy that trained Algeo, because I didn't know like that he trained her friend. And I'm like, what's up, my man? Dude, like we're talking. And I'm like, yo, man, how do I bet on this shit? He goes, that guy right there. The motherfucker's wearing a fucking fedora. And I'm like, I told you there's gonna be a fucking dude in a fedora. And I'm like, who am I betting? He goes, oh, here are the lines. And it's like, guy hands me a fucking blue sheet from Philly, minus 700. I'm like, pass. Okay. He's like, sure. And I'm like, dude. And he goes, see you now. And I'm like, can I ask you a question? How many people have come over here and taken some underdog shots? He goes, a lot of stupid people. I'm like, yeah, these are like, and he
Friends and
goes,
family.
he told me, he goes, no underdogs have any prayer night. And I'm like, yeah, I didn't think so. And like, I'm watching, I'm like, because like even the dude that I knew, he's like a Muay Thai guy, but they're fighting under boxing rules. Like, you're not, dude, you can't clinch. You
Mm-mm.
can't you can't throw knees. Like you can't do any of the things you were trained to do. Like they're just getting experience. I think they're just getting amateur experience, like fighting. But like,
Yeah, because so I'm signed up to fight on November 4th. So
yeah,
me,
against
yeah.
me, I'll kick your fucking ass.
Hey, if you want that fight,
Can you? Are you fight? Are you fighting Asker? Are you fighting your
I
boy?
no, I would not want to fight him. I'm not that experienced yet,
Oh,
but
you're not as experienced as really. You're not really.
he has a lot of experience losing fights.
He's a lot of experience lying.
Listen, I'm 1-0 in amateur MMA. I'm 2-1 in amateur kickboxing.
My dude.
I would like to keep it on the rise up. But yeah,
Can I
November 4th.
distract the ref for you? Can I be the guy like can I be Bobby the Brain Betcha? Hey ref, there. Just salt. Salt to the fucking eye.
That would be too funny. Hey, if you can make it out here, I would love that because it would make things a
My
lot
God.
easier.
I would pay
Typo.
for I would pay for me to be like an illegal ref, of course. Can I what was the ref's name again? The fucking the Santos
Eliseo
Ben
de Santos. Oh, I cussed that dude out so much because
Yeah,
I had
he
a
killed
lot
all of us.
of money.
He killed all of us. But like, can I be that guy? Be like, hey ref, that
Fuck you,
way.
ref.
Yeah, I could. Motherfucking gay fish, baby, I'm a gay fish. Ah, come on, dude. You guys know that song.
And then going to this, I saw that announcement, dude. And to me, I think the winner of this fight is the next champion of division.
Well, the
That
winner of that fight is Evloev.
You can't count out Bryce, man.
What do you think? That's well. What's the number? That's curious. What do you think the number is going to be?
I
Like
think it's going to
if
be,
Evelyn's left, if he's less than -200, you have to take Evloev.
of course, of course. I think the number is going to be around -230 Evloev.
Okay.
That's just what I think, and I'll probably take Bryce in the
I mean,
dog.
fight goes.
Fight goes is going to be juiced.
Juiced, yeah. But that seems right.
It
Like
seems like a solid parlay piece.
that's a good fight, dude.
It is.
Like it's a great fight. Look, I like me some. Do you like these hick dudes? Like I love Jason Knight when he the hick Diaz, dude.
Uh huh.
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, you didn't ask me how I got started in watching it. Sorry,
I did.
I literally watched your show, dude. I watched your shows. Can we talk about how I got started? Because it goes into pro wrestling, which I know you are a fan of.
I was huge. I've been to SummerSlam 2014 on my birthday.
So I didn't know fuck and shit about UFC. And then Shamrock comes along. I'm 21 when Shamrock came along. And then I don't give a fuck about Shamrock, but like Shamrock like fucking made Stone Cold like Shamrock's a very big part of the Stone Cold story.
Mm-hmm.
And I was there, dude. That was the Chicago WrestleMania. I was in Chicago for WrestleMania. And Stone Cold didn't tap. Blood loss. Shamrock threw him off. And you know what happened? Stone Cold finally gets up. He fucking stuns 2 refs and walks out in his own power. And you're like, and Stone Cold wasn't like a big deal at the time. But you're like, motherfucker, this dude's about to be like, Stone Cold's about to like beast.
Mm-hmm.
And then Dan Severn comes in, and I'm like, what the fuck are these dudes? So I go back a little bit and I watch, and I'm like, all right. And then, like a couple of years later, this dude Justin Kaufman and I like get a good place together, and like this is when I was smoking weed, and we had HDNet, which you probably don't remember because I don't know
Nope.
if that. So HDNet was Mark Cuban's channel, and it was all the UFC, it was all the MMA that UFC didn't own. So it was Pride, it was all this like bullshit, like smoker shit in like Atlantic City. Like it was whatever they could put. And Baz Rutten was one of the commentators on the channel, like at the desk, just commentating on shit. So the day we moved in, me and him just like fucking doing bong hits, watching fights for like, I mean, we did a horrible job of unpacking our apartment. Fucking got stoned and drunk for 12 hours just watching fights. And it was like, and like I was hooked, dude. I was like, wow, this is fucking great, dude. Like this is, and we're watching like bullshit. Like we watched the fight in Atlantic City where it was like 5 yam bag shots from the same dude to end the fight.
When it was legal.
No, like I mean, it was like blatant. Like this dude didn't want to fight, but like me and my roommate were like having a blast, and like, and then like we started buying the pay-per-views before I realized like I'm king of the internet. But like we started buying them and like having people come over and like, and this is like the Matt Hughes era, like GSP, like we started like it was cool. Like, and I'm like, man, this is when like it was an event every like 2 months, not every
Mhm.
week like we have now. And
We're
like
spoiled.
I know, but like it was so cool back then. It was like, I'll buy it. Like I'm just making good money. I'm like, dude, I'll spend the $30 to buy the pay-per-view. And Justin's like, it's not a problem. Like my roommate's like, dude, we're gonna like wake up with like fucking 5 cases of beer in the fridge. I'm like, yeah, right. Like it's not a big deal. Like we'll get like I'm like we're friends with people that like work for food places. They're like, oh, I'm bringing over like 19 hoagies. It's like great. Like we're gonna end up making out of this, like with like a food full, like a fridge full of food, and like
And
beer.
drinks, yeah.
But like we had a great time doing it, and like, and that's how I got into it. Like, so I like, I Silva was just the best to me. Like him and GSP, like in my era, and like, and like, but this is like before they got bored and started winning decisions. They're like,
Just
no,
decisions, yeah.
They're like, no, we're just gonna fuck people up. Like, I mean, I watched when Sarah beat GSP. It was like,
Huge
what?
show. Huge
No, it
show.
was like, what? What happened, dude? All right,
Well,
sorry.
who's no? You're good. Who's your favorite fighter? Current roster.
Oh man,
I know there's so many. Like now, it's hard for me to name one specifically. So even
how
if you
do
want
I?
to give a couple, you could.
Cody Brundage, dude. I know him as a human being at this point. Like
No
I'm on.
personal ties. How about that?
Oh, like most, like I like to watch.
Yeah, stylistically, just entertainment value, whatever you want to put in there.
I don't know if he's still on the roster, but Stipe,
He's still on the roster. Yeah,
dude, he embodies everything I love about a motherfucking fighter and a human being.
he's a badass.
And but dude, okay, well, he hasn't fought since he fucking lost the belt. Like they don't.
It's supposed to be him versus Jones, real
And
soon.
and dude, I don't care what a dog he is. Like, if this is like some bullshit fight with him and Jones, where Jones thinks he can like fucking do his bullshit bullying thing, like Stipe's just gonna crowd him. Like, dude, I fucking love Stipe, man. Like, I do. Like, I'm saying it's like he's my kind of dude. Like, he gives no fucks. Like, he gives no fucks. He's a fucking firefighter, man. Like, it's crazy. Like,
Yeah, you gotta commend him for that.
it's crazy that Dana White, who loves money, missed the boat on how to make money with this motherfucker. Like, how do you not make money with America's hero? Like, I don't get it, dude. Like, I don't get it. Like, is his dick
He wasn't
so?
marketable. He just
Is
wasn't
Dana White's
marketable.
dick so deep in Cormier's asshole that like they did the trilogy and he's like, well, Cormier really won though. But dude, but he is marketable. But the thing
He's
is,
marketable in a sense where I mean the whole firefighter story, yeah. But the way
but dude,
he
but every one of these assholes is such a bad guy the way they promote themselves. Where Cormier could be like literally Hulk Hogan in the '80s. Like, I am a real American. Like, cool, I'll fuck you up, dude. Like, I don't get it,
but that's the
man.
thing, Stipe's too nice to say anything like that. Because you have guys that it's more marketable, like Colby Covington, even though he's a good fighter. I'm not gonna take anything away from him.
I'll
But
fuck him up too.
what really sells his fights is just his press conference, the way he speaks, the way he poses himself as the antagonist, and it works. It works. That whole the feud with Kamaru Usman, it works because he's such a loudmouth. He's so good on the mic. Similar with Conor McGregor, he's good on the mic
Are
too, and
you
he
a
can.
McGregor fan?
McGregor is one of the first fighters I was watching, so yeah,
I fucking hate McGregor.
I love McGregor.
He ruined the
Entertainment value is top notch.
he ruined. Oh, hold on. So actually, that's my actual favorite fighter, Aldo.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's not, and I love WEC. Like, Aldo was just, he was Tong Po from Kickboxer. He was the destroyer of worlds.
He's different. He's different.
But he was the first guy, I think, that I ever saw when I started getting into this, where I was like, holy fucking like he I think I think Aldo is my all-time, and the McGregor fight to me is so disheartening because it's
A flash knockout. Yeah.
it's a flash knockout and it is what it is. And like, you know what's funny is like I don't like McGregor at all. I don't respect him as a human being. I don't. But it's funny that he has a lot of reverence for Aldo. Like he knows. Like he knows.
He
But
became who he was because of Aldo.
but for all the shit talk that he had on Aldo, he has so much he really does revere Aldo as like a goat. Like, he knows. He knows how good he was. He knows how good Aldo still is. And it's, for a guy like McGregor who gives no fucks about anybody. And like, he has nothing to gain or lose by talking shit about Aldo. That he just like, it's just amazing. Like that McGregor is like, I know he's the fucking motherfucking goat, and like it's like McGregor knows, dude. I got you. I got luck. Like he knows he got lucky. Not lucky, but like he knows that he, you know what I mean. And put that up. McGregor would be the best. Yeah, I mean,
I
dude.
kind of agree.
But you know, McGregor. But the reason I hate McGregor is he never wanted to defend the title. He wanted to just move up. And how many defenses does McGregor have? Zero. He just wanted to like, which is an
It
old.
was tough for him to make that weight class, dude. He
I know,
was.
I know, I know. But that's an old. But that's a boxing thing for years. You win a title, you move up. You don't have to defend because you're going to make more money. Like I'm saying is like, but he brought that crappy nature of boxing into the UFC where rankings didn't matter, where it became selling a fight and defending a title didn't matter. And McGregor kind of like, I mean, look, he did good for him, but he ruined the sport in terms of other fighters. Like, look, now you win a title, you're like, well, why would I defend against the number one? Like Volkanovski is a
I
breath
was
of fresh
about to
air.
say Volk.
He's a breath of fresh air because he's like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Like
Hmm.
Volkanovski gives no fucks. And he's like, oh, cool. I'm not the most popular. I don't give a fuck. Like, I will fight the number one contender. And he's even like, if I don't move up, like Josh Emmett, like him against Emmett will not sell a lot of, like, they'll have to put in their title fight in that card. It won't sell. But I respect that Volk's like, I give no fucks. I'll fight whoever's next. I respect that. McGregor brought the boxing element in where it became, I could be the 8th ranked guy. Like, dude, Bisping won the title, and his only defense was against Dan Henderson, who was ranked, I think, 13th. Like, but they knew it would
Henderson was a
sell.
motherfucker.
But they knew it would sell in England. And it was a great fucking fight. Like, I'm not arguing about the quality of the fight, but he jumped the line, and it's like, dude, like, and it's funny, like you had dudes like Damian Maya for years who like I respect and love, and Maya never fought a style that was going to get him a lot of shots.
No, his style was very boring to watch.
Like you
You didn't have specialists like him in the past. Would just
look, Gaethje. I'm just gonna hot take. Gaethje, terrible fighter, awful fighter. Gaethje's a scrub. He's a terrible. Gaethje is a limited one. I love watching him fight. Gaethje is a limited one-dimensional scrub. How he beat Chandler, I'm actually kind of shocked.
Yeah,
because Chandler just fought the worst. He
fought the worst possible fight that he could fight.
No, Chandler just got baited into like, all right, bitch. Like I'll like the Chandler just could have fucking chucked him down. You know what I mean? Like, but Chandler, like, and I respect Chandler too, but like, but like, will I watch every Gaethje fight the rest of his career in the UFC? Of course I will. Of course. Will he be one win away from a potential title shot the rest of his career? He might be. Because McGregor ruined it by this whole thing. Like, dude, we're like, all right, so Charles is defending his title against Makhachev. By the way, Charles Oliveira is still the champion at this weight class.
Yeah.
Let's just
put it out there. Let's put it out there because
well,
they fucked him over.
Because he missed by a stop. So good. And and Oliveira gives no. By the way, give me Oliveira all day in this fight. I don't care. I love him. But my point is this: Volkanovski moves up to 155 or whatever, and Gaethje or one of these like just beats him. Now does Gaethje get a title shot again? Undeservingly? You say no because you're thinking of justice. But Dana White's sitting here like, well, like Impractical Jokers. Well, maybe.
I think Volk has one tune-up fight if he moves up.
I'm saying as dudes jump the line, like like, it's not like, what fault is Josh Emmett's? By the way, and Josh Emmett would get murdered, murdered by any of these dudes. Josh Emmett's not a top guy. But what fault is it of his that he's not a top guy? He's beaten everybody he sent. He has exciting fights except for the Cater fight,
Mm-hmm.
which okay, but like he
It was
fucking
exciting.
but he fucking wrecked Burgos.
That was brutal.
But like what I'm saying is, what more do you want out of him? What like Volkanovski is like Volkanovski has said he deserves the fucking shot, but Dana White knows but I can't sell that.
Yeah, it's not gonna make any money. It would be a co-main.
And that's the problem. To me, to me and you, are you not intrigued by that fight?
Very.
I mean, fuck, man. Emmett does the one thing that like could beat Volk. Could tag him once, and he's durable. But it's not sexy.
He also just has that glaring weakness of the takedown defense. That's the one thing with Emmett.
But I'm saying is that fight's not sexy to Dana. It's sexy to us.
Mm-hmm.
Because, dude, I think is Volk P for P. Is he number one or no?
Oh, no doubt. There's no doubt. Listen, Volk
I think he's.
and I cannot say this more like any louder. Volk is the best fighter on planet Earth.
I think he's.
Pound for pound.
I think he's number one. I don't think it's even close, dude. I think he's.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I think he could beat Izzy at catchweight. I do. I just. He's the unkillable man, dude. I think Volk's unkillable.
He's so good at everything.
I think
well-rounded. He is at a point where he is the best at everything.
I would love to see him move up to fight the winner. I really would, dude. Not because it's just for personal. Like, I would love to see that fight, dude. Like, well, how do you rate Makhachev?
Here's the thing. There's still a lot of unknowns for me. His striking is poor, in my opinion.
I mean, who's he beat?
Exactly. That's the second thing I was gonna get to.
Good win against Dan Hooker, motherfucker. Like, good win.
Dan Hooker. Who?
Bobby. How many?
Dan Hooker, but like,
or as Magic says, how many Bobby Greens are you betting on this fight?
Yeah, how many Bobby Greens are you betting on this fight? Like, that's crazy.
But like, how do you rate him? But yeah, but he's doing like, look, dude. You and I are we are the G-Man. You can only beat the teams in front of you. You can only beat the fighters in front of you. So Makhachev, what's he done? He's beaten the fighters in front of him.
Yeah, but also I feel like he could have taken harder fights. There was people calling him out left and right.
Well, Jesus Christ, that's fine. But it's not him. It's his management team. It's his fucking,
It's
where do you rate Khabib?
I rate him highly, but not as high as other people.
Who do you rate higher than Khabib? I'm curious.
Like,
I love Khabib. I love Khabib.
Any weight class?
Life, like, all time.
John Jones.
Okay. Is John Jones number one for you all time?
Yep. John Jones and Volk, very close.
I think if we're talking all time, John Jones is the greatest ever. Like, it's not even, I didn't even know that you thought that. Dude,
John Jones and then Volk for me.
Dude, John Jones is one. No one's close. No one's close.
The problem for me is
I hate him as a human being. He is the greatest fighter. Like, by the way, there's an alternate universe where Anthony Smith wins the title.
There's an alternate universe where, well, not alternate. This happened. Dominic Reyes won that fight, and I'm the biggest John Jones fan, but Dominic Reyes won that fight.
Okay.
Do you agree?
It's close, dude. I've watched that fight like 9, 10 times, and my score was like, but I come from like a world where you have to beat the champion, like boxing, like to be the man.
He beat the champ.
Woo! You gotta beat the man.
He beat him.
I, but I, but it was, but so close.
Yeah,
Look, I feel bad because, dude, I fucking love Dom Reyes. I loved him,
that was his one shot.
but he didn't. But he didn't dominate. But
He
shoot,
beats a champ.
I, yeah, but not. Look, man.
I thought
If
it was
they,
pretty decisive, and I had a bet on Jones that night.
it's funny. If they had a rematch, Jones would have beat him 5-0. Like he
Yeah,
would have.
yeah.
But but
He's a shell of himself right now.
honestly, it's the same for me as like Hendricks and GSP. Like I had Hendricks 3-2, but I didn't feel horrible about it because I'm like, but he didn't do enough. Like he didn't do enough, and to me, I don't know, man. Jones is like, I'm really excited to see Jones at heavyweight, and like I think Jones could like go into boxing and like, man, I like we like nobody talks about this, but like Jones against Tyson Fury would be
That would sell.
like $3 billion. Did you ever watch boxing?
Yeah,
I
only
was
like high level. You know,
I grew up with, I'm saying this, but I grew up with boxing. Like we didn't have like I'm 44. There was no UFC when I was a kid. Like I grew up with boxing. Like my old man was like, loved Larry Holmes and Tyson murdered him. And it's like, oh shit, dude, it's Tyson. But like I used to watch old school shit with my dad, with like Frazier and like, dude, like,
those were the days.
but even like this is before UFC, whatever. They can't recreate that crowd environment. Like, dude, Frazier Ali was crazy fucking shit, dude. Like, it's crazy shit. Like, I want one of those fights again. Like, I don't know what they can
Well,
do.
I'm pretty excited about the Joshua Fury fight in
Why?
December. Well,
Why?
I think Fury's gonna dog walk him, but that is gonna sell
What do
because in
you?
the UK, those are the two biggest names.
It's gonna sell, but Fury's gonna kill him, dude.
He's gonna
Like,
dog walk him, but I'm still excited for it.
what do you think about Triple G and Canelo
That's
coming?
not even close anymore. But the biggest fight to make, in my opinion, if only this would happen,
Is it
um,
Errol Flynn?
there's two. There's two actually. The one that's actually being like it's in talks right now. The Ryan Garcia and Gervonta fight that is huge.
It's a great fight, dude.
And the second one, in my opinion, should have been Tyson Fury and Usyk.
Yeah, but Fury's, look, man. Fury's taking this fight because he knows he's going to make another, and they're going to fight in Saudi Arabia. They can act like they don't know where this fight's going to be. They're going to be in Saudi Arabia. I already know it. And then Fury's going to go to WWE, dude. He's like,
Probably.
not probably, 1,000,000%. He's going to go to WWE, and he's going to wrestle like fucking 4 matches, probably 2 in their Saudi agreement. Like, dude, it's fine. Like, so let me ask you this. I'm interviewing you now. Sorry if we're going over our time, but you always
Yeah,
tell me.
we'll do this question and then we'll segment to the last one where we do the pick 'em for this upcoming card. Because yeah,
So,
it's been an hour and 40, and I know these people are gonna look at this time and they're like, "Oh shit, it's a long one, boys." But it's been fun.
so I've said for a long time, and like my dad and I and like other people have talked. Like, so boxing, as far as boxing goes, boxing is only going to be as popular as an American heavyweight goes. Like, honestly, like if Deontay Wilder had knocked Fury out, I feel like boxing would be way bigger in America. Like, it's just like Klitschko held the title for years, and like just nobody cared. Like, that's the thing. Is like, well, you're defending in Germany at like 4 in the morning. Like, it's hard for Americans to really care. So my question is, how do you feel about Jake Paul?
You know, here's the thing. I'm indifferent about it because on one hand, it's a guy trying to make money. He's promoting himself well. He's doing all the right things. he's talking his trash, kind of like he's trying to emulate McGregor. On the other hand, I'm like, it's kind of ruining boxing in a sense where it's like no one takes it seriously anymore. It's just all these freaking YouTubers fighting. Like,
KSI is the other
well,
guy.
KSI's brother is supposed to fight Mayweather or later this year.
And KSI fought Logan Paul, like,
Yeah,
I
it's just another avenue for these creators to do something to promote themselves. And for some, it could be more serious than others, but at the end of the day, it's a money scheme. They're both making money. They're both putting their names out there, trash talking and highlights.
put Nathan's thing up there. Nathan, drop your handle
Drop it.
in the chat.
We got you.
I've seen Nathan before too. Like I'm surprised. Like if he's following me, I happily follow back. Look, I just want to give an opinion on this. I'm not like a fan of like my buddies love like iDubbbz and Jake Paul and all these dudes like on like from social media, and I don't care about that. But like I think Jake Paul like legit gives a shit about like being
Yeah,
a fighter. I do, dude. I mean, look, say what you want. Guys fought 4 pro fights. The Askren fight's a joke. It's a joke because Askren's never a striker. But the Woodley fight's not a joke, dude. Woodley's the guy that had strike. Like, I mean, and now he's
good
fighting
for
fucking.
everything.
And by the way, I'm betting Anderson Silva to knock him out. Anderson Silva is going to be like Anderson Silva is like gonna kill him. I like this is a bad misstep by him. But here's what I like. Like Mike Tyson loves what he's doing for boxing. He's at least trying to promote it. And he's promoting a lot of women's boxing, which I like. Like, I don't know what Jake Paul's shelf life is in the boxing realm. But a lot of people like he's like the Nintendo Wii. People that don't play video games love the Wii because it's easy. Oh, I can bowl. I can
Yep.
play tennis. It's cool. Jake Paul and like Mike Tyson said it, he goes, this motherfucker is drawing a lot of eyes to a sport that's been dead in America for a long time. So like if Jake Paul is a man of his word and actually could like promote and get out of it and like make combat sports better, I'm down, dude. Like and look, he's always in shape for these fights. He trains like he's not like, oh, I'll just go
He takes
beat
it
the guy.
serious.
He does. And like so like dude, I have a lot of respect for that, to be honest. Like, and now Logan Paul's in the WWE, and like I've seen these dudes wrestle, like these celebrities wrestle, and it's like he was good, dude. Like he cared and he trained, and like Triple H and all these dudes like in the back said he was completely respectful. He was awesome. He was nice. He wanted to learn. Like the only other dude that's like that is Stephen Amell. You know who that is?
Yeah.
Arrow, the Green Arrow,
Yep.
was like. So the fact that like the Paul brothers are like can kind of separate, like, yeah, we made all this money, like now we want to like do real shit. That's cool, dude. Like
It's
it's kind of
respectable.
like if Jake Paul wanted to come on the MMA Engine channel, I'll slurp his dick, no problem, dude. Like, hey man, trying to make money too, bitch. I'll be like, Jake, can I get Cody Brundage on and you guys can fucking spar? And because I'll tell you right now, Cody'd be like, dude, get me on that fucking stream, dude. I'll fucking box him. All right. Via the UFC. Now, ask me your last question. I just want to follow Nathan.
No,
He's in
so
a
what
lot.
what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a pick 'em for this upcoming card. Let me just go ahead and share my screen. There we go.
Hold on. Nathan, you still in chat?
Yeah, I believe he is. And for some odd reason,
That's all right. I just
he
sent him
doesn't
a
want me
message.
to share my screen.
No, that's all right.
Well, what we're gonna do is I'm just gonna list out the fights, and you
Go
just
ahead.
let me know where your head's at, and if you have a specific.
Can I say under over if I don't like a side?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
So first fight of the night this Saturday is Nicholas Mota against Cameron Van Camp.
Under lean Moda KO.
Okay, so under lean Van Camp for me, KO.
By the way, for Vision, if Van Camp looks good on the scale, as the bigger dude, interesting.
Yep, exactly. That's what I'm waiting for before I bet this fight.
Go ahead.
On to the next one, we have Gravely against Javid Bashara.
Snow Leopard, fucking Javid, all motherfucking day, dude. I don't care about the odds. I love this dude. You're
I
gonna,
don't really have an opinion here because on one hand, I think Tony can get knocked out. I think Tony's gonna gas if it goes after the
I
first
said why I
round.
love. I said why I love Javid. Like I love, dude. Bias. It's bias.
All right, I get it. I know you're biased on this next one too. Maria Agapova against Jillian Robertson.
Maria, if you watch this, I love you. I will. I will. I will give you everything you want. I don't care. I don't care how many times you stab me. I will be here for you.
All right,
Agapova,
Maria. This is I'm tagging you in this. You heard the man.
Agapova by Love. Round two KO. Agapova.
Round two by love. Next fight, we got an interesting one. Trey Ogden against Daniel Zellhuber.
So McGruber is not as good as Zellhuber.
Mhm.
Zellhuber by finish.
All right,
Like,
I tend to agree there. Now this one, I don't get the line. Loma Luke Bunmi against Denise Gomez.
pass. I can't give you a pick here. I Gomes is terrible. Like Amanda that she fought is better. It's a terrible fight. I guess
At the same time, I just think Luke Bunmi is terrible too.
if I have to bet it, which I'm not, dog.
Yeah,
I mean, and by the way, Loma is like such this. She's this enormous price on DraftKings, which is like crazy. Like if you're
makes
playing a
no
lineup,
sense. It makes no
I think
sense.
Gomes. By the way, if you're playing DraftKings, play Gomes because it like her price at 6,700 or whatever, she's gonna get you like at worst 20 points, and she may win and break the slate.
Yep,
Like like no, like she's a must play because she's not getting finished here.
I tend to agree. That's why I said the line
Are
is
you
kind
playing
of
with poker
great.
chips? I knew it. I heard it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm a gambler. I heard it. Raise.
Raise. Well, we're raising on this next fight. Aspen Ladd versus Sarah McMahon.
I have a prop on Lad round 3, but I do think McMahon wins the first 2 rounds, and then
Oh wow.
well,
You
I
don't
just
think Aspen Ladd's defense can hold up and her own grappling?
that's why I'm not betting it. I can't trust her. I like
I
I
understand.
that's why I'm only playing the prop on Lad round 3 is that she's shown urgency late,
Yep.
and McMahon's 41 now. I just but I know, but like, and the thing is like, how about this? I hope that like all these fools, like Wheezy loves McMahon, all these fools love McMahon. It can this fight get to if you can give me minus 110 on Lad, I may fire like 2 units on it.
Yeah. That's what I'm waiting for, and I
Like
hope it
serious.
happens.
Dude, objectively, unlike like John Stargarian, who I love, known crackpot slash conspiracy theorist, John Stargarian, people think that McMahon, people are loading up McMahon here. I just, it's
Don't
such a
see it.
set. But forget about like what you think as an analyst. Think about the number. Like they want you to bet McMahon. Like
That's what the market.
so bad, dude. They want you to bet McMahon so bad that Lad objectively is the side here, dude.
Yeah. We'll see how that one goes.
I'm on. Look, I'm on the Lad side. I can't trust it. That's why I'm only doing the round 3.
Okay.
Round 3 decision is probably not a bad look.
Round three decision is probably a better way to target it. Yeah.
You're probably getting like plus 190.
Yep.
Not
Exactly.
a
I
bad
think
look.
that's the exact number
Okay,
from what I remember seeing.
go ahead, Chips. Go ahead, Chips McGee.
Chips McGee. Trevin Giles against Louis Kose.
Kosei round 1 KO is 9-1. I'm on the under here.
Yeah, under.
But I can't trust Captain Officer Giles here. Like I don't think Kosie's any good, but 9-1 on his win condition against a guy that's been knocked out twice in his last 2 fights. Not a horrible look. Under is the play.
Hmm.
Fight doesn't start round 3 is like -120, and I'm like, I hammered that. Hammered it.
That's the way to go because that's exactly the bet that I
Can't
have.
trust can't trust either one.
Yeah, you can't trust either of them, and they're. I mean, one of them's a gas bag. The other one got knocked out twice in his past fights. So it was a very easy tell for me. But this next one is one where I really struggle with my opinion. Damon Jackson versus Pat Sabatini.
Wow. You really have to ask me here?
I mean, I know where your head's leaning at, Philly boys.
I mean, there's the gym's 15-0. Like, I can't
Yeah.
go against. Uh, just funny story. I bet Damon Jackson once blindly when I was wasted. I didn't know who Damon Jackson was. It was the Bektic fight. I was drunk. I was down for the night. He was plus 280. And I meant to bet 20 on him and I bet 200 on him by accident. And then he walked out and he's like this bald white guy. And I'm like, fuck, dude. And then he lives, and I'm like, fuck. And then he wins this round. I'm like, yeah, it was like a massive win for me by accident. I'm like, all right. So
Those are
like
the best wins.
I mean, well, dude, if you told me Damon Jackson, do you assume he's a bald white Jew guy? Like, no, he's
Probably not.
no. Like if he got like no, you don't. And I'm like, fuck, dude, I'm dead. And then I watched the fight. I'm like, fuck, dude. But
Yeah, you like him.
yeah, he's no but I go Sabatini and honestly, like maybe by I guess by decision.
Yeah. I was
I don't
thinking about the method. I'm like, I don't see a sub here.
go ahead. Next.
Next fight, we got MAB, Marc-Andre Barrios against Anthony Hernandez.
I, no confidence, but Hernandez but this is
Really?
scary. I, yeah, it's scary, dude. Can I tell you this right now? I think after I think Barrios worth a live bet if he doesn't sustain any damage. I I
Man, I just can't trust the gas of Anthony
I,
Hernandez.
I don't
And
like
he has power.
by the way, I have no bet on this fight. I
Okay.
like I even said like you asked me, I'm like Hernandez, I guess. Like I'm not confident, but like Barrios him getting KO'd doesn't affect this. His takedown defense does. Like that's what I worry about. Like is it Hernandez could kind of like Hernandez could sub him, dude.
Grounding.
Like he could. But also I'm saying like if you get Barrios like plus 350, 400 after round 1 and took no damage, that's the play.
Yeah, that might
Because
be a good live bet.
you know what Barrios does really well? The one thing Barrios does really well is rips the body like big. Like not enough dudes do body shots. Like we're talking about boxing. Like I love dudes do body shots. Barrios
I
like
like
an
they
old
spread it so much.
fights like an old school guy, and I forget what fight it was. One of the front fight with Hernandez. He took like 2 body shots and like fucking hated it. Like
Yeah.
he didn't like. So I'm saying it's like if Barrios can like throw him again, like can body him against the cage and rip a couple of body shots, he's live, dude. I don't like this. Look, I don't like a side here because Barrios objectively the play at the price. I just don't think. I feel like Fluffy wins the first 2 rounds and kind of gets out of there with like a 29-28. That's what I feel like what happens. So
Okay.
that's why I'm not betting it. But I'm with you like that are you on Barrios? Are you betting
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Cuz like is it the price or you just think he wins?
I think it's both. The
Tell me.
price obviously is very appealing.
Sell
Like,
me.
so the price is very appealing. And then the second thing, I don't rate Hernandez at all. Did you see his last fight? That was
That was a weird fight with Frem. But yeah,
it was a very weird fight.
I think Frem's like not horrible, dude.
He's not horrible, but when you talk about him like not horrible, when you say something like that
But
about a guy
dude,
that he took
but
hand
that was 15 minutes of like, but that was 15 minutes of a lot of grappling. Like that was like tiring. I'm saying like that was tiring exchanges. Like,
I think round 1 is the only round he wins, Hernandez. That's it.
okay. So are you gonna bet him pre-flop or are you gonna live bet him?
I'm gonna
Or
live bet.
both?
I'm gonna bet pre-flop.
What do you think you're gonna get? You're gonna get 3-1, right?
Somewhere around there. I'm
You
gonna
might
put a
get better, dude. If Hernandez gets like 4 minutes takedowns, dude, you might get like, I mean, that's the play.
exactly.
I told you. I don't like, dude, I told you.
Now here's the thing. I do see a
Sell
universe
me on it.
where
See, now you're
I
selling
do
me on
see
it.
a universe where Burial wins round 1. I'm not. That's not very far fetched at all.
I don't because his takedown defense his takedown is so bad, dude. Like,
It is bad, but the fight IQ of Anthony Hernandez
but
is
give
the
me the
fight
fight
IQ
script.
of a
But
child.
what's the fight script? But what's the fight script of round 1?
Round 1. This
Is
is what I think.
Hernandez taking him down? Like that's the fight script.
I don't think so. I don't rate him as the person that takes people down as often. Like
You think he's gonna stay on the feet with him for 5 minutes?
I'm not saying he's
Come
gonna stay
on,
on the
dude.
feet. I don't think he's gonna stay on the feet with him. I think he's gonna attempt these takedowns, but I just don't rate the wrestling of Hernandez. I think if he gets him to the floor, he wins that round. But the wrestling from Hernandez, he's not the guy that's gonna shoot like blast doubles and like take someone down like with force.
Well, let me just add this to your point. I think that one of the things it's weird, like because Barriott, like the experience level, like the strength of schedule, like a lot of these very in his favor. It's weird that like they rate Hernandez heavily because of the Vieira fight, but Vieira's been exposed as like. By the way, who's Vieira's next opponent? Cody Brundage. Cody's gonna fuck him up, dude. You know why? Because Vieira's nothing out of round 1. He's a one-trick pony.
Although we did see him still, he was alive on the feet against Curtis.
It's all right. Got Norm shit might. But I'm saying is like, there's like this chain reaction where like Fluffy did well against Vieira, and Vieira's still like really high rated. Like, even though like what's Vieira's only like good win? Stoltzfus, like
Yeah.
Like, I'm impressed with Curtis.
Is that really even a good win?
Like, I'm impressed with Chris Curtis's defense, but like, dude, like 12 of those defended takedowns for him shooting out from like. So I'm saying is like Fluffy's big win is against him. I know, dude. Like, look, man, I've been wrong about Barriott like twice. Like, I think that's what the problem is for me. Like, I think I had that fight against Cheaty Gun like split decision. He died like 10 seconds. I'm like, whoops.
Yeah, no, I was all over Kitty there.
All right, but you sold me. I may hit that side. Go ahead, next.
All right, next we got Tanner Boser against Rodrigo Nascimento. We talked about this in the DMs.
Under, but like, if you like Nascimento, like the sub's like really good price, dude.
Mm-hmm.
They're both terrible. Like Boser stinks, dude. Like Boser's bad. What's like his hallmark win is against Felipe Lins. Lins is awful. Like these are awful. Like, here's what I worry about with this one. Like, Lins lost to Latifi. Latifi does nothing on top. I get it. Nascimento's not as strong, but he's way more active. Like, he's not going to lay on him. He's going to actively go for fucking subs.
Yep.
Like, I think Nascimento round 1 sub is live. And anybody that hates Nascimento because he struggled for a round against Bedell, which I had to rewatch that fight, and I'm like, motherfucker. Like, literally, it became Nascimento made a mistake, and Bedell just happened to land on top of him. Not like Bedell didn't do anything to get in that position. He just landed on see, did you tape it?
Yeah.
Nascimento went for a tape.
Unfortunately, I lost a couple of years off my life taping it.
But like they tumbled into a position where like Bedell basically had like Bedell should have won round 1 KO. He was in mount and like just couldn't do it. I think Nascimento like could just take him down and like Bozer stinks, dude. I don't think Bozer's very good. By the way, this is my yam bag. This is the
But
yam bag special.
I was suspecting it.
Well, I mean, it should have happened last fight with Boz. This is the yam bag special, but I under like I have fight to start round 3 at like -165, but dog or pass for the side, dude. Like,
Mhm.
how do you bet Bo? Dude, Bozer sucks,
I'm not
man. Like,
I'm not going anywhere near any of those money lines.
yeah, no, under. Just it's heavy
Under.
weekend.
It's
Next,
under.
Bill
Next,
or Billy.
we got Joe Pyfer against Alan Amadovsky.
Well, I
Mm,
tried to bet this fraud line on BetMGM. They had Pfeiffer plus 600 for the KO, and they pulled it like right when I went to pull the trigger. Under 1.5 was -180. I already have that wrapped up in a lot of things.
I
Dude,
agree.
dude,
Yeah, I
dude,
think it's gonna
dude,
end
dude
in the first minute.
Pfeiffer KO was -220. Pfeiffer to win under 1.5 is -190. Under 1.5 is -185. Thank you.
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah, I think it ends in the first minute.
Amadowski stinks.
It could be the first punch that Pyfer lands. First hit.
Amadowski, the Macho Man Lou Savage is Amadowski's next opponent.
And he'd still lose. He would lose.
I'm
Once
like
again.
at worst, I'm like plus 160 against him. At worst.
Next fight, we got Andre Fili against Bill Algeo. Your boy.
I have Algeo split decision at 8-1. I think the fight ends in a split decision. But I also think you live bet Algeo after round 1. I'm not sure what I think Fili's gonna go for takedowns and not do much with it.
I
And I don't
think
and I don't love Fili's cardio. I think by the way, I think it's lined perfectly. I really do. I think the fight's lined about right. But
Algeo finishes him.
I like it.
I really think Algeo finishes him.
By the way, I have a 2-unit bet on Algeo out of complete bias. Plus 110.
Yeah, there's something about Algeo that I think he finishes him.
Well,
He just
I mean, I gotta harass him enough into like getting on the channel and be like, "What's up, bitch? Like, I'll get corner here. I'll get your trainer, you bitch. Like you can punch me in the face on the channel, and corner can approve it." All right, next,
we got
Cheaty.
Fili against RoboCop.
I'm on the time props here, but like, I know what Cheaty's gonna do. I know what RoboCop should do, but he won't. So I think this is going to be a stand-up affair, and I gotta go Cheaty KO.
Okay,
It's
so
it, but it sucks. But it sucks because RoboCop should beat him.
yeah, I'm on the RoboCop side. More weapons.
You right. Your bet is based on what he should do,
Yes, exactly.
not what he will, and that's why I'm just on time props here.
I understand it. Last fight of the night, main event. We have Sandhagen against Song Yadong.
You know, it's crazy that all these people are on the Yudong side. Are you on the Yudong side?
No.
You can't be. I don't get it, dude. Like,
I get it in a sense where
I don't get it at all.
Good soldier.
I don't get it at all, dude.
He's a good soldier. He'll fight for your money, but his glaring weakness is the
Yeah.
grappling.
But like the strength of schedule dude, like, oh, he beat Chito Vera. No, he beat a very different. Come on, dude. He beat a very different Chito Vera. It's a 5-round fight. It's just like every advantage, and it's -190. Like, dude, he beat TJ. Like, I know he didn't beat, but dude, outside of him, he lost to Jan in a fight that was super tight.
Yep.
And he lost to the fight against Alamein is like kind of flukish, right?
That was tough.
But it's not. But it's flukish. It's like it wasn't
flukish. It is flukish. And you know what? The one thing
It's not a knock on Sterling, by the way. Dude, I used to hate Alamane Sterling. I love his Twitter game.
I still do.
No, but but like I kind of respect, but like I've kind of like my respect for him has grown. Cause like, what's up, bit? Like, but he interacts with people. He put out his whole like thing about like how to apologize to him for beating Jan. And I wrote something like, "Hey man, like I hated you. I respect you." And he DM'd me and said, "I appreciate." Like he was man enough to be like, "That's pretty cool of you." I'm like, "Hey man, I fucked up." Like, and I never thought he faked the fucking loss. Look,
No,
he got fucked up, dude.
he
Like,
got rocked.
look,
He got
look,
rocked.
look. His actions afterwards is what I didn't like. His whole like, "I'm the real champ," like that. But look, man, Jan, whatever. The point is that Sanhagen has shown what weaknesses has he shown?
Really, like nothing. It's
Like a
just
like a fluke loss, beat Dillashaw. I don't care. Like I
yeah, he
watched
beat
that.
Dillashaw,
You know
and
what's
I had a bet
funny?
on Sandhagen there.
I had a bet on Dillashaw, and I was like, I didn't win that. Like, I mean, that's like, all right, I didn't win that bet. But like, Yadong's all right, but he's limited, and like Dillashaw and Sandhagen knows how to pace himself for these things. I think Sandhagen like probably still rounds just jabbing him from the outside, dude. Like he might still like the
Honestly,
first two, like, but he might still the first two rounds. Just like
I won't be surprised if he subs him.
I love it, dude. You like a sub? What's the
Yeah,
sub prop? What's the sub prop? Give me a
I
number.
haven't checked the number,
Give me a
but
number right now. Come on.
let's see. Blue sub.
I don't hate it, dude. I don't hate it at all.
I really think he subs him.
Yeah, like Paul Shaughnessy said he loves like fight doesn't go here and it's even money. And
Come on, load up.
I mean, what's Yadong's winning condition?
I mean, I don't think this happens, but knockout.
But like, yeah, can he out volume Sandhagen 3 rounds out of 5? I don't think he can.
I doubt it.
But
That
like it's
I completely doubt. Like, I
but
don't see that
people but
happening
people
at
are
all.
people are so heavy on you. Like
They don't have.
people love.
Oh, here it
I mean,
is.
I love saying it like this. People love Yadong. They love Yadong, son.
I don't see it. Okay. Corey Sandhagen by submission on Bet Online. Just I freaking had this number in my head. 9-1.
Oh, you're ridiculous.
Nine
I
to
don't
one.
get no, you're ridiculous. I don't get out of bed for 9-1. So I have it up on DraftKings now. Corey Sandhagen by submission. Round I can't look at round 1 and round 2 because I think it's like that. Round 3, 4,000, round 4, 5,500, round 5, 6,500. That's how you take a poke on this.
I guess, yeah.
Think it's gonna
I
stop?
like
Think
that
it's
plus
gonna stop
number.
round 1?
I don't I don't know. I think round one's gonna be a very weird round because they're both gonna be feeling each other out.
There's gonna
So it's
be
just gonna
no
be a boring round.
there's gonna be no grappling round 1. None.
Yeah. It's just gonna
So
be feeling each other out.
so round 2 submission for Sandhagen is here you go, dude. Round 2
2,500 is what I have it here.
for round 2 submission,
Yeah.
DraftKings says 35 to 1.
Well, not all of us are privileged.
I'll poke up, dude. You want to put money on it for both of us? I'll poke round 2 through 5. I'll throw fucking $5 on I'll throw $20 each prop. You want me to do it? I'll fucking do it, dude.
I'll do it with you. We'll talk about this off stream.
Dude, $20 is nothing. I make that in a week. It's nothing to me.
Only a week's work.
It's nothing to me.
I love
All
it.
right. All right, I'm done. Sorry. We'll get out
No,
of
you're
here.
good. Hey, this has been really fun. I wanted to thank everyone that was in the chat, that was active in the chat. Nathan, Pat, all you guys. Appreciate the support. I think this is the most amount of interaction we've had in the chat. So big shout out to you guys. Big shout out to you, Lou. Thanks for hopping on. And this episode was freaking gnarly. We went into everything from bar fights to UFC stuff to gambling to all. We went all over the freaking globe with
I'll
you.
murder people.
Moral of the story: he will murder people. So, Lou, tell these people where they can find you, what you're up to, and what you're most excited for in the future. What you got working on?
So I have to get back to coding because time and health has prevented it. But we have a week off, and I can for a week off for you guys, but not for me. I'm going to go hardcore and just follow the MMA engine, follow Brady, Wheezy, and Monk. I give no fucks about me, but if you want to like have an entertaining Twitter stream, I am definitely hilarious. I'm not the greatest gambler. I'm very good I'm a crazy underrated gambler because I don't post all my fucking shit, but I'm funny as shit. And I hate Gianni. Like, so Tuesday nights, I'm great on Twitter. That's it. And follow Wiz. Sorry, I'm on like a mirror now. Follow Wiz because this motherfucker is the nerfy king, and like the worst he does is hit like fucking 3 out of 4. They go boo hoo. Like if you like money, I mean, don't follow his tennis bet from last night, which was
Get out of here with that. I'm so mad.
I mean, Maria was, by the way, Maria was like, I didn't even, by the way, I didn't know the odds. I didn't know what the fuck you bet. All you said is you were watching a tennis match. I knew I knew the match you were, and I'm like, well, Maria's like clearly objectively Maria was the bet because I know how she, because I follow tennis and I know how she plays. And
Minus
then she,
130.
dude, I fucking watched it. And you're like, don't tell me. And I'm like, okay. And I'm like, what the fuck, dude? Like, I had no money on it. I just was rooting for it for you. And I'm like, oh God, she's awful. Like that, like,
So
yeah, but that wasn't like awful. That was like match fixing awful. That was like that was like investigate that shit awful. Like
yeah,
that was bad, dude.
5-1 in a
Like, like,
tailgate.
like she didn't hit one. I don't think she hit one shot in the backcourt when she like you said everything was a slice. Like, dude, I don't think she hit one like real forehand for
Nope.
like that was like a fix, dude. Like that was fixie
The
bullshit.
issue I had was she was up 5-1 in that third set tiebreak.
Can I just tell you before you get out of here? Just before you get out of here, you'll appreciate this. So, like, I'm banned. Well, I don't do Facebook anymore. I got banned from a Facebook page. I got banned from Jack Sock's page because I wanted Jack Sock to be like, I'm like, man, dude, like an American, like Tiafo. Like, how do you not root for this? Right?
Yeah.
Like, we want Tiafo to, like, we're Americans, like, love tennis. Like, you want Tiafo, like, we're begging for an American male to, like, Marty Fish was like okay, and like Isner is what he is,
Ron
like,
Isner.
but like Tiafo looks like, and look, Alcaraz is just so good, dude. Like,
No one's beating him.
and
Yeah.
he fucking battled him. Like, but I'm saying this Tiafo, but Sock looked like he could be that guy, and I'm like, Sock's a piece of shit. He sucks. He has all these like fucking like he's a head case, and like so I started like railing on him. I'm like, can I have my $9 back for my fucking like I'm like, I know I'm being funny. I'm like, can I have my $9 back for my parlay? You fucked up for being a fucking, so they banned my pay, like they banned me, and I'm like, well, I'm just gonna create another fucking Facebook thing. And like my Facebook thing was like not Lou. Like I'm such like a like I'm clearly being an asshole. And I'm like, so then like I started like railing, I'm like, Jack Sock is the worst. I'm like, my mom said he like, they had a seafood dinner and he never called her. Like, I'm just like, but I'm like, just real, but I was like relentless, dude. I was like fucking relentless. And like his team contacted me and said, hey man, like they said he's not having a good mental thing. Could you lay off? Like they literally wrote me and said that. I'm like, they said like he's not right as a
You
heel.
went after him nonstop then. That's fucking
I
crazy.
know, but then I'm like, yeah, but they wrote me that. I'm like, all right, like I'll okay, like I'm done. Like I tell him like I'm done. That's fine. And I never said a fucking word about Jack Sock again, like on that thing. But Jack Sock could suck my dick, dude. Dude, he was playing like Nadal. It was like the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open, and I'm like, and this is the one that like Nishikori was in the finals. I think he lost to like it might have been Chilich, but Jack Sock like Jack Sock like fought Nadal, and I'm like, yo, and he was like plus 1,800. I'm like, all right, dude. So like I hammered the money line. I threw like $50 on the money line. I'm like, fuck it. And then I threw like whatever on like him covering the game spread. And he lost like fucking, and this is on like hardcore. It's like 6-0, 6-1, 6-0. I'm like,
Jeez.
fuck you, dude. Like Tiafoe and Wilt,
But what do you think with Jack Sock? He's not that high of a
But on a hard
he's not
court,
that high
but on a
level.
hard court, I'm like, well, he could be competitive. He's a piece of whatever, dude. I made a stupid bet. I made a
It
stupid
happens.
bet. I made
We've
a
all
stupid
made those.
I made a stupid bet and I blamed him for fucking years for sucking. Fuck you, Maddie. Go Tia, go
Low
Tiafo.
key awful for real. He put on a fight in the
And
US
go
Open.
and dude and
Props to
go out
him. He
and go
battled that.
Alcar and go Alcaraz, man.
He's the
Dude,
future.
what all those five setters, like, dude, what a
You would
fucking
think you'd be tired, but
he's a fucking savage, dude.
yeah,
Like he's a fucking savage. Yannick Sinner, not a great Italian name.
no.
Great tennis player, not a great Italian name.
We only bet on the real Italians. But that's the end of the show, everyone. Again, thank you all for watching and thank you all for the support. We appreciate it. And we'll be back next week. Peace. Oh, shit. There we go.